All right, so I'm trying something new here. This is the Drive by Night talk show or podcast, whatever you want to call it. Hey, how's it going? So I decided to get another phone and then pop this phone number up here and then just drive around and then just see if anybody wants to call and we just talk about whatever. I know it's a little weird, but there's a number. And yeah, there's somebody here. So I'm just going to drive around and see what happens. Not much is up here. Have you seen my dad? I have not seen your dad. You got to give me a little more specifics on, well, you're looking for him. Okay. Well, there's people here, so describe your dad and maybe we can figure it out together. But in the meantime, we're just hanging out. Oh, here we go. We got San Diego calling. What's going on, man?
Hey, nothing much. I finally got you, not the voicemail.
Okay, yeah, I don't know if I was trying to dial some numbers, and it was just bumping you right there. So I apologize for that. Thanks for calling. Dude, your show is blowing up, man.
Hey, no, I really appreciate that, man. I had one good one, but, it brought in a lot of good people for me, so.
Good, dude. And, that's what you need on TikTok is that one big video just kind of puts you on the map, and then you can build and grow from there,
Exactly.
Give us the information on your show for those watching and listening. Where can they find you? What are you all about? What do you hope to do?
Sure. So my @ is Game Show Guy, all one word. I do fun Omegle skits as far as just hosting a Price is Right theme. I do just funny skits. I love collabing with people. So if you're out there and you want to collab, please shoot me a DM. But I just strive to make people laugh and have some fun on a game show for a few minutes.
Yeah, dude, I love it. I think it's a really unique idea. It's like everyone's got their own shtick out there, and I just, when it popped up on my For You page, I was like, no, this is it's a fun idea, and that's what it's all about, if we can just have these fun ideas and hang out and give people a laugh, then why not, man? So I'm all about it.
You know what? Especially during these times, that's exactly what people need. But, I just wanted to give you a quick call because you were probably one of the first bigger up people that ever followed me, so it was definitely a motivation booster to see that other active and high following accounts are looking out for me. So I just wanted to thank you and say I appreciate you.
Right on, man. And I'm all about that too. It's like I like to stay active and see what's out there, and it's fun, man. And it amazes me what people come up with. So I appreciate
exactly. Everyone's got unique personalities, and they make it their own on here. That's why I love it.
I do too, man. It's cool, and I never even thought it's kind of like for me, I know for a lot of people, it's like quarantine kind of pushed a whole new group of people into this that may or may not have done it. And that was me totally. Like, I didn't even jump on until like April, and I'm
no, 100%. I get that. Yeah, I was doing Omegle just for fun probably a couple of years ago, and there was maybe 5,000 or 10,000 people on it at any given time. But with TikTok, I mean, it doesn't go below 60,000 people on here at any given time. So it's great for content.
It's nuts, man. There's nothing like it.
Yeah.
There's really never been anything like it in our history. Even in like YouTube's total heyday, you just didn't have like that immediate reach of people. So it's pretty cool.
Exactly. No, exactly. Yeah, 100% get that. But go ahead.
No worries. Are you a native San Diegoan?
Yes, sir. Born and raised.
Okay, man. I lived North County, kind of up by like Carlsbad, in that 760 up in that area, years ago. But love it. San Diego's a great city. Had really good times there. But
no, I mean it's a beautiful city. It's very expensive.
It is, man. And I was there, in the late 90s, early 2000s, and it wasn't so bad yet, but I could start to see it going that way. And I can't imagine what it's like now. I haven't been back in a while.
I know, but I love it. But hey, you know what? I'll pay the extra couple $100 a month just to live down here. It's beautiful.
Sure, dude. Sure. No, I can't beat it, man. Honestly.
No, exactly. But hey, you know what? I appreciate you taking my call. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your night, and keep doing what you're doing, all right?
All right, man. You too. I'll look for you soon. Thanks, bud.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Yep. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so there you go. There was our first phone call. I wish I could find his name in here. He does like Price is Right game show on Omegle, and hope you heard his information. It's a lot of fun though. It's a fun show to watch, and yeah, it just popped up on my For You page, and I've liked watching it quite a bit. So there you go. Yeah, he just popped up in the chat as a game show guy. He's waving. Go check out his show. I recommend it. It's a ton of fun. So there you go. Phone lines are officially open for anyone else who wants to give a call. We'll shout out your TikTok. We'll shout out your Instagram. Whatever you want to do. We'll talk about nonsense. Talk about whatever you want. I really don't care. It's kind of just an open platform here to do whatever. So hit me with a phone call and we'll see what happens. Here we go. We got North Carolina. Hey, who's this?
What's up? This is Andrew.
Hey, Andrew. How are you tonight, man?
Pretty good. How are you?
Oh, not too bad. Just driving around, trying out this new thing, calling it Drive by Night Show. And
oh, yeah?
I just thought it'd be interesting to see what happened if I put out a phone number and like who would call and what they wanted to talk about. So thank you for calling. What are you up to tonight?
I'm actually at work right now.
Okay, on break or just like it's just nothing going on there?
There's nothing going on. I do front desk at a hotel, and
yeah.
I've been here since 1 p.m. and I leave at 11.
No.
We only had 2 arrivals scheduled tonight, so yeah.
So you need something to do. So you're like, I'll just call this guy and see what's going on. Well, I am at like, how's it been since coronavirus? I mean, nobody's traveling, so there can't be much going on at all. Like almost the past 10 months.
Yeah, business did take a pretty big hit. I actually left. I've been in the hotel business for a while. I left right before the COVID stuff started, and if I had stayed where I was, I would have been laid off for sure.
Okay. Yeah, man, it's rough. It's affecting a lot of people. It's trickling down, and it's like when you start to think about just those little things like that, you don't realize the full impact of it. But it's like everybody's taking a cut on things, and I don't know. I just read something too for like the January 20th inauguration that like Airbnb has canceled like all the reservations in DC that anybody made. So that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, I didn't hear about that.
So yeah, I mean, you got Airbnb too. I mean, that's taken a huge hit on the hotel business as well. It's just like, oh man, I don't even know. Like the last few years I've traveled, I've stayed in very few hotels, and I stayed in mostly Airbnbs. So I don't even know what the future of hotels are going forward, honestly.
I don't know. One thing I did notice, another side effect from the coronavirus on the hotel business, with these stimulus checks and extra unemployment and all that, a lot of local people came out of the woodworks, started staying at the hotels, and a lot of people don't know this. People who live in the area that go out and stay at hotels that they live near, they basically just come and do things that they wouldn't normally do at home.
Okay, so people have gotten a few dollars from stimulus checks or whatever, and they're like, they're just gonna like go get drunk at a hotel and just kind of like.
Yeah, they'll find somebody to take care of their kids, and they'll come here and just act stupid.
Okay.
we call it a staycation.
Yeah. It's really interesting. I remember growing up, being younger, and there was like this family that I knew, and the husband and wife would always fight all the time, and I was friends with their kids, and I remember the husband would always like just go find the crappiest motel to go spend the night at, and then just drink like crazy when he was there because he couldn't do it at home, you know.
I mean,
Yeah, it was just kind of one of those things where it was like, you probably would be surprised at how many people go to like hotels in their own city, you know, just to get away and do some nefarious things that they can't do at home, you know.
for anybody that might be listening to this, by the way, my TikTok name is Double A Madness, and I posted one of my worst hotel experiences on there.
Okay.
If anybody wants to hear about that. I do actually have to go now. I would say that I'll follow you, but I already follow you, and that's why you popped up on my page.
All right, man, awesome. Put your handle in the chat real quick after you go, and then people can definitely go check out your page though. But totally cool. Thank you so much for calling, and have a good night.
You too, man. Have a good rest of your ride.
All right, cheers. Appreciate it. Thanks. Okay, who we got? Someone from Omaha, Nebraska. All right, man, give me a call. I'm right down the road, not too far away. So give me a call. We'll see what happens. So we had a couple calls from San Diego and then somewhere there in North Carolina. I didn't get the exact location. Andrew was just working at a hotel tonight, and there was nothing going on, so he decided to call the show, and that was pretty awesome. We got someone from Wisconsin, so the Midwest is representing here, and that's all good with me. I was in Milwaukee not too long ago. A lot of stuff was shut down. Wanted to go do a Miller Brewing tour, but that wasn't open, which was too bad, but had a good time anyway. Milwaukee was pretty fun, weird little city, you know. So, okay, phone lines are open. 402-853-8436 is the number. Here we go. We got Wisconsin. We asked for it. We got it.
Hey, is this Duke from TikTok?
Yeah, man. What's going on? How are you tonight?
I'm doing pretty good, man. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. I'm just driving around, testing out a new thing called the Drive By Night Show, and I thought I'd just put up a phone number here and just see what happened. And I'm kind of surprised, and I'm happy that, like, you know, you're the third person that's called. So welcome, man. What part of Wisconsin are you from?
I'm from Chippewa.
Okay, man.
Yeah,
So what's?
about an hour away from Minneapolis.
Oh, okay. So you're on
Yeah.
like the western part of the state then there. So that's not bad. Minneapolis is a great city. Do you go there often or?
I do.
Yeah, man. It's so cool. I always have a good time when I go there. One of my favorite cities, honestly. Kind of underrated, but I feel like it's just it's in such a weird spot that you have to pretty much go out of your way to get there if you live like anywhere else in the U.S., you know?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
So so you watch my show on TikTok, of course, whatever. Do you just hang out on TikTok? Do you create content or you just watch other people's stuff?
I just watch other people's stuff. I explore a lot, so.
Okay, man. No, I hear you. Okay. Have you noticed yourself watching more, like, once COVID happened, or have you noticed TikTok, like, changed a lot in the last year? I mean, what are your thoughts on all that?
Oh, yeah, definitely changed over the last year. You know, like, there's a different trend, like, that's really every month.
It's fast,
Or
too.
every week, and then it comes and goes, and then,
Yeah.
you know, people forget about whatever the past trend was. It's crazy.
It's hard to keep up with it, honestly, because I'll see a new trend pop up and I'll get the hang of it. I'll start to understand it, and then you know you start thinking of like, oh well, I need an idea for this trend. How do I utilize it? And it's already done. Like then you see people are just like so tired of it, and you're like, well, I can't do this trend now because people are gonna like hate on it if I do it, and then like a new one's immediately out. So it's like, to stay ahead of like that trend game, I don't even know how you do it, honestly. That's like a real skill.
Yeah, facts.
You know, but I was remembering like the Travis Scott burger, you know, everyone going through the drive-through line, like that thing was nuts when it came out.
Yeah, no.
And I
I
thought,
don't know, I tried it. It was really actually
yeah, like I thought we were going to see those videos forever. And then like one day it just stopped, and now it's like, oh, okay, it's over. What are we moving on to next? So it's really cool. It's cool how it just kind of organically just shifts and jumps to things, but nobody knows what it is going to be. That's what's kind of fun about it too. Like you can't really predict it. It sort of just happens, and it's like, okay, here's the next new thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it's pretty fun. So what are your plans for 2021 then?
I really don't, I just roll with it. I don't really need to make plans, but
Okay.
yeah, nothing big, no new year. So,
Yeah.
what about you?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm trying to grow this show and this stuff and this content. So it's like I started out just doing, because I've been like an Uber and Lyft driver for like 5 or 6 years. So I had a bunch of videos that I've recorded over the years, and I decided to finally like start releasing those. And then once like COVID started, I quit driving people around, and I started doing DoorDash and Uber Eats and delivering food. So I started making videos about that on my YouTube. And then now I'm trying to make like this drive-by night show where we hang out and talk on the phone and see what's going on. So I got like those 3 things that I all kind of want working independently and separately from each other, and then they all kind of like promote each other as well, if that makes sense. So that's kind of what I'm
Gotcha.
into. Yeah. So what's up?
So what's the biggest tip you've ever done?
On TikTok?
No, like you said you did DoorDash
Trip.
and whatnot.
Oh,
Like, I mean a tip.
biggest
like-
tip? Well, on
Yeah.
on DoorDash I got a $50 tip. When I was driving around just straight people on Uber, I did get a $100 cash tip one time, and I've got that video, and it's a great video. I just haven't released it yet. But yeah, this girl like wanted me to pull over so she could like take a piss outside of the car, and she gave me a $100 bill for pulling over for her. So
Oh wow.
yeah, it was nuts. But like the food delivery game's been really good since COVID happened. Like a lot of people are just staying in and ordering, and the tips have been great. Like I have no complaints about the tips. People are helping out, and they see that it's like, all right, it's kind of like pay it forward a little bit, I think. And it was probably like a couple months ago I delivered a pizza, and I got a $50 tip. So I was super stoked. It's like, that's awesome, for 15-20 minutes worth of work, you really can't beat it. So people have been very generous, because I didn't know how it was going to go. Oh, we got another call from Michigan, man. Okay. Have a good night, man. Thank you so much for calling. I appreciate it. See ya.
No problem. That's it.
Hello, what's going on, Michigan?
Bell Creek Sperm Bank, you jacket, we pack it.
Okay, man, that sounds good. Do you make any money off of those services? Let's say that if I wanted to make a donation, what could I expect to be paid?
Are you healthy?
I am, yes.
You got any type of diseases?
Not
Your rabbit animal?
Not that I know of. I think I'm clean.
Not that you know. You think you're clean?
I think I'm clean.
Do you suffer from any ages? Down with erectile dysfunction?
Not yet. Thank God. I'm gonna hold off on that
Not yet.
as long as I can. I'm still, blood is flowing. Let's put it that way.
Gotcha.
I read an interesting thing about like, oh, okay, so he's gone. He wanted to prank, I guess, and I don't care. Prank away, man. I'm here for whatever. It's fine with me. But you don't have to hang up. I wasn't upset. I was just having a conversation. So there you go. But that was cool. So we're moving around a little bit. We got a California, a North Carolina, a Wisconsin, a Michigan. So who's going to be the next to call? But this is fun. We're moving around. We're driving around. Phone lines are open. Give a call. Let's see what's going on tonight. Last guy wanted to, I don't know what he wanted to do, but it was okay. We are totally fine with it. There we go. There we go. Now we're ringing. We got Michigan again. What's going on, Michigan? How you doing?
What's up, bitch? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. You know, I'm driving around. This is a new show that I'm trying. It's called the Drive by Night Show, and we're just taking phone calls. We're seeing what people are doing.
Yeah.
What are you up to tonight?
I'm fucking bitches and getting money.
Okay, making the money too, and fucking the bitches.
Hell yeah.
Okay, that sounds
What
like.
about you?
Is that like a basically an every night thing for you, or kind of like?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's the way to do it. You got to commit. If you're gonna succeed in this life, you got to be like, you know what? I'm fucking bitches. I'm making money, and that's all I'm doing.
Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
that's right. And I think where people like kind of lose their way in life, or where they don't become successful, is because they've got something going on over here. They got like 82 different things going on. You've got 2 things going on, and that's why you're succeeding. You're able to focus on these 2. These are the priority, and it's like, you know what? I'm gonna get this done. So, so I approve of your attitude and your stance in life. You're making a stand. This is who I am. This is what I want. Go get it.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. I like it. So what besides, I know that's what you got going on. I know that, and I'm so good with that. So what on TikTok, for example, do you create your own content, or you just hang out and like watch other people's stuff?
Yeah, I create.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
What are you into?
Flexing my money.
Okay. Okay. Do you follow like trends? Do you worry about that kind of stuff, or like I should use this sound?
Oh, no, I'm my own trend.
Okay.
I'm my own trend.
Okay. I think that's kind of the way to be too, because sometimes like those trends come so fast that if you're trying to jump on it, by the time you're there, that trend's already old news. But if you're making your own stuff in your own mind that nobody knows about, then I feel like you're kind of ahead of the game there too. So I kind of like that.
Yeah. Shout out to Aaron and Sarah.
Okay.
They making bitches of too.
Okay. Good. Yeah. Drop some handles in the chat if you want, and maybe send some traffic over your guys' way. It's totally good with me. Or you can just shout out handles on the phone. I don't really care. It's all fine. So you're our second call from Michigan tonight. We had a guy calling from a sperm bank earlier. So I don't know what's going on in Michigan there, but it's
He's not real good.
it's true. It's really. I tried to get some info out of him, but he hung up on me too soon. So I don't know what he was up to, but
that's kind of unfortunate, guy.
Yeah. But it was still kind of fun though. I'm just glad people are calling. I didn't know if anybody's going to call this number, So it's fine with me. This is like the first time I tried it. I figure if I do this for a little while, more people will call and get used to it or whatever. But I didn't know if anybody's going to do it tonight. So thank you very much for calling. I really appreciate it. Drop your handle in the chat and I'll follow you. I'll just follow, and there you go.
Yep. All right.
Anything else you want to say to the world tonight?
Fuck bitches and get money.
Okay. See, this is why you're going to win. You're sticking with your 2 priorities. You don't got time for anything else. You're going to be all right.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
My friend said fuck off.
All right. Thank you so much for calling. Right on. Have a good night. I'm going to jump off real quick and read a couple of chats.
You too, my guy.
All right. Take care. Peace.
All right. Bye.
Okay. There you go. So a couple calls from Michigan tonight. That was kind of fun. What do we got? No, I'm not working right now. I'm just doing this. I want to do this like once a week for like 2 or 3 hours and just see what happens. I did do some like DoorDash ride-alongs where I would like do deliveries and people would watch me do deliveries, and I'd take my camera phone into the restaurants and whatnot and up to the front doors, and it seemed to be okay. It seemed like a few people liked it, but I didn't get like a ton of people watching it or freaking out about it. So I might do that again in the future, but I kind of just want to do this like 2-3 hour show where I just drive around and talk on the phone and see if I can get that thing going. So far it's been pretty good. I didn't know what to expect when I started doing this tonight. I didn't know if anybody was going to call me. I could sit here for 2 hours and we've had 5 phone calls, so it's not too bad. Okay, I'll pull over for a second, check out the chat here. Phone lines are open. Give us a call, 402-853-8436. We're just driving around, talking about whatever, seeing what's going on, seeing where people's heads are right now. Okay, what do we got? Followed the host. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. We're hanging out. We were talking on the phone when people were calling. Phone lines open. Shared the live video. You are all right. Look at you. I appreciate that a lot too. So give us a call. We're just hanging out. We're just driving around. We're seeing what's going on. And it's quiet. We had a call from California, 2 calls from Michigan, a call from Wisconsin, and 1 from North Carolina. Who's going to be next? Who's going to be the next lucky caller to go on the air? If you got something you want to promote, call me and let me know about it. If you just want to talk about nothing, call me. If you're bored, call me. There's no reason not to. Just jump on in. Here we go. We got Georgia. What's going on in Georgia tonight?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much.
Okay. Cool, thanks.
Just calling to say what's up.
Not much, man. I appreciate the call, and I just started doing this tonight for the first time, and I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know if anybody was going to call, so you're number 6, and I think,
wow.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome, man. And now someone's calling from Rhode Island, but I'm going to let them go. Rhode Island, I'll get back to you here in a second. I just got on the phone with Georgia, though, and it would be rude if I jumped right off, so I muted that one. So I've been asking some people tonight, like, what's their TikTok thing? Do you create stuff on TikTok, or you just watch things on TikTok?
Oh yeah, I make TikToks. I'm a TikTok professional. Okay,
tell me more. Elaborate.
I make TikToks about my dog.
Okay, man. What's your dog's name?
Her name's Lexi.
Okay, Lexi. How many videos have you made about Lexi?
About 300.
Oh God! So you've been doing it for a while. What's the?
Yeah, I'm grinding. I'm grinding that TikTok thing.
You gotta grind. So
yeah.
What was your biggest, most successful video with Lexi? Like, how many views did that get?
Oh man, it had wasn't peak performance, but it was around 20K likes.
Okay.
Quite a bit in my opinion.
Likes or views?
Likes.
Okay, so that had to have had 80,000 views, maybe more at that point.
Yeah, it's around that.
Okay, cool. That's awesome, man. Isn't that nuts when you just wake up and you've got all these views? You're like, what's going on here?
For real.
It's just so weird when it happens. Like, you have a video just kind of blow up, and you're like, how is this even real? And it just always, every time it happens, it's happened to me a few times, and it still happens, and it still kind of blows my mind. So so are you going to expand beyond videos with Lexi, or is it just this is my focus, this is what I'm going to do?
I'm working on trying to get some Ram Ranch Cowboys into the scene. Do you know what that is?
No. Tell me what that is.
Oh, Ram Ranch is me and my friends were planning on doing those videos with do you know what the Wiggies are?
No.
a group of girls that wear the wigs,
No.
but instead of that, it was a bunch of cowboys with cowboy hats.
Okay. I like it. But that
And
you're
wearing Sandexes and
uh-huh.
no shirts on.
How many people do you need total to get this going?
18 cowboys.
That's a lot of cowboys. So that's a big production. Then you got to get these
Yeah.
people coordinated. Then you've got to choreograph the thing. You've got to rehearse and memorize, and you got to get someone to shoot the darn thing. And it's like that's a big undertaking, honestly.
Yeah, you should look it up on YouTube. It's
Okay.
like Ram Ranch.
Yeah.
Like it's a pretty famous song. We're planning on just trying to recreate that, but on TikTok.
Okay, man. I think it sounds
Yeah.
fun. I think it sounds fun, and I love it. And it's like stuff like that. You never know. You put it out, and that thing could get like 2 million views in like 5 seconds.
For real.
Now,
Well-
are you going to put it on like your established channel, or are you going to like start a new?
I might just archive all the dog videos and upload it on there with the followers I have now.
Okay.
Give them a little confusion when they see naked cowboys
Yeah.
dancing
Yeah.
Ram Ranch.
Yeah. For sure. For sure. They're like, where's all the dog videos here? But
Yeah.
I found like I don't know, like some people say like hashtags don't mean anything. Other people say hashtags mean a lot.
Oh, they mean a lot.
I think they do.
mean a lot.
I think they do too. What always stresses me out though is when I see like a video that'll pop up there and get like 5 million views and it has 0 hashtags. It has nothing written in the description. And I'm like, how did this happen? Like, how on earth did this happen? And then for me, it's like, I like the hashtags because it just kind of organizes and puts my stuff like into a category. Because it's basically like I have a theme that I'm doing, every week and whatnot, and it's more or less the same type of thing. And it's like if you want to find that stuff, that's where the hashtags are very useful.
Exactly. Like I use hashtag swag on all my videos,
Yep.
and I feel like it makes a difference instead of putting nothing there.
I think it does too.
It gets people who like those posts with swag, hashtag swag, and
Right.
it like somehow matches up on their For You page or something.
I feel like it does too, because if they have that interest, if they've watched, videos with that hashtag or similar to that, then the algorithm's going to like push that content to them. So it's like, if you don't put any hashtags or anything in there, how's the algorithm going to know where to like push that stuff to people on their For You page, So I don't know. It's weird to me. But then, like, I've looked in the analytics on some of them, and there's a few of my videos that are definitely, it says, 5%, 8% of the views have come specifically from hashtags. So I'm like, I'm glad I had them there, because that's a lot of views.
Exactly. Well, this Georgia cowboy has to get off now.
All right, buddy, drop your handle in the chat, or shout it out right now on the phone before you go, so people can check out you and your doggy.
I'll drop it in the chat for sure.
All right, buddy. Have a good night.
You too, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, what's going on?
18 naked cowboys in the showers at Ram Ranch
That's
because John Cox wanted to be stuck. 18 naked cowboys wanted to be stuck. Cowboys in the showers at Ram Ranch on their knees wanting to suck Cowboy Cox. Ram Ranch really rocks.
do you know that video that he was talking about?
Hot, hard, some cowboys, the cock throbbing hard. 18 more wild cowboys, everything goes. Big smoking cock, ever so hard.
Hello. Hello. What's going on? All right. Well, we had one. I don't know what that guy was talking about. And then a new phone call came in, so I decided to get rid of that guy. And then they're reading the song. Is that what it was? Okay. I don't know. I don't know the song. I guess I got to look it up. Okay, here we go. We got Florida calling here. What's going on tonight?
Oh, not much. Yourself?
Oh, just chilling, man. I'm driving around. I'm actually sitting on the side of the road right now, but I will start driving around again. Trying a new show idea called the Drive By Night Show. I've always wanted to have like a call-in talk show, a radio show, a podcast or whatever, and I never had like an audience, and to like build an audience is so hard. And then TikTok, my other videos, sort of like built in this audience for me. So I'm like, I feel like driving around the car and talking on the phone sort of relates to driving people around as well. So I'm trying to like, make that connection and just see what happens here. So thank you for calling, man. This is
not a problem. I'm used to driving around myself.
okay. What are you like a truck driver or delivery driver? Or what do you do?
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm sitting at my shipper waiting to get reworked. They overloaded my tandems on my trailer.
Oh shit! How long you got off the road then?
Well, and whenever they get me to a dock and get me reworked.
Okay, so you're still gonna get on the road later tonight, you think?
Well, but they're gonna have to reschedule my delivery now.
Okay. So when was it due initially? Was it like due in the morning or something, or?
Well, tomorrow afternoon down in Kentucky. I'm up in Wisconsin right now.
Oh shit! Well, that's a pretty good little drive then, Wisconsin to Kentucky then too. So yeah.
Yeah, I've only got 7.5 hours left on my day, and then I gotta take a 10-hour break.
Right, because that's the law. Every day, no matter what, you got to do the 10-hour break. Right?
Yep.
Okay. How long have they been doing that? Because I know that's been around a little bit, but it's kind of somewhat of a recent thing.
Well, I've been driving for almost 10 years.
Okay. And did they always have that 10-hour break law, or before they didn't have that, right?
Well, over the years they've changed. It used to be 8 a long time ago, and then they moved it to 10, then 11.
Yeah.
Now it's 11.
Okay.
But I can only work 14 hours a day.
Right.
But I can only legally drive 11 of that 14.
I got you. That makes sense.
And then after 8 hours of driving, I got to take a 30-minute break, and then I can finish out my day.
Okay. And do you have to log all of that stuff yourself, like, or is there, something electronic that like an app or something that logs that for you?
Well, now it's electronic logs.
Yeah.
So it's all computer.
Okay. So there you go. So there's no cheating the system then. You got to pull over and that's that.
Yep.
Okay.
Once your hours are up, you got to park it.
All right, man. All right. Do you sleep in your truck at night or do you stay somewhere else?
Oh no, we live in our truck. We come out for about 5 to 6 weeks at a time.
Okay.
And then we go home for about 4 to 5 days, and then back out for another 5 to 6 weeks.
Okay. When you end up in a town in Wisconsin randomly for the night, do you go out and get a bite to eat, or do you just hang out in the truck? What do you end up doing, do you think?
Well, it depends. If we get to our main terminal up in De Pere, Wisconsin, they got courtesy cars that we can take out for an hour to get something to eat, go to the store or whatever.
Yeah.
I do a lot of Uber Eats.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I deliver some Uber Eats to people too, and I've done it before. Gone to like truck stops and just random sides on the road, and there's a guy in a semi just hanging out, and I deliver the food to him. So it's kind of fun. You know what I mean?
I'm probably one of them.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's a real thing.
Yeah, I drive for a real good company, and they treat me good. 2 years ago, they put me in a brand new Kenworth, and still got her.
Okay. Well, that sounds real good, man. Sounds like you're doing all right.
Yeah. I drive for well companies, and They're real good company, but
Okay.
last company I'm gonna be with.
All right, man. All right. Sometimes you gotta make that decision. You know, jumping around. It's good when you're younger, but you get a little older and you're like, you know what? I don't like changing
Yeah.
jobs all the time.
Well, I'm 46, and
Okay.
I don't feel like changing jobs again.
Okay, I understand.
Besides that, they treat me good.
Yeah.
I'm happy with where I'm at, and so why change it?
I hear you, man. What? So do you watch TikTok every night? Do you like jump on there and just see what's going on? Or
Well, my girlfriend here, she watches TikTok. That's how I got your number.
okay.
Actually,
she gave it to you.
yeah.
Okay.
She had you on TikTok, and I told her maybe I should call in.
Maybe you should. Like, what's going to happen? You know, what's the worst thing? So, no, this has been fun, man. I appreciate the call.
No, not a problem. You have a good night.
All right, brother. Be safe out there, man. Thank you.
You too.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Well, there you go. So, his girlfriend or wife, I don't know, was watching TikTok and said, hey, man, call this number. We're not doing anything. And then we just get a call. So, there you go. So, that's fun. And I missed like 3 calls while I was on there talking to him. I just wanted to give him, I can't just jump on and get every call, unfortunately. So, if you called a few minutes ago and you want to do it again, lines are open. So, feel free to call. Sorry I missed a couple of those. Here we go. We got Michigan. 3 times from Michigan. I must be popular in Michigan. What's going on?
Yeah, you showed up on my For You page, and I had to jump in.
Okay. I thank you so much for the call. You're the 3rd person tonight that has called me from Michigan. So I don't know if I've ended up in some Michigan algorithm or what, you know?
I guess you're just trending in Michigan. I don't know what's going on.
Hashtag,
The previous gentleman sounded like my like my Uncle Jim, who's also a long haul trucker. So
You know, I didn't ever get his name, but wouldn't that have been something if that was Jim just calling on the show randomly, you know? So what are you up to tonight then?
well, I was supposed to be participating in some online gaming, but they already have 4 people, and so TikTok is the fallback.
I got you. Full up. They kicked you out. They're like, try again next week, and you're like, all right, I'll just go jump on TikTok then. See what's going on there. And there you go. And there's a phone number, and you're like, hey, I'm just gonna call it. What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, why not? It's some idle entertainment. I did want to ask you,
Yeah, go
because I
ahead.
used to do some rideshare stuff.
Yeah.
What is the absolute worst horror story ride that you've had?
All right. You got it. You asked for it. You're going to get it. And I always tell people this. I've got a few, but the worst for me, and I picked up a guy, and he was probably like in his early 20s, and I was driving him to work. He was just working like at a restaurant or something, and we didn't even have that far to go, maybe a mile. And he was sitting in the front seat, and there wasn't much conversation. I asked him like, hey, how's it going? And he's like, fine. But I could tell he didn't want to really talk. And then he started just sort of moving around in these kind of weird motions and whatnot. And then he went into a full-on epileptic seizure, like in the front seat of my
Jesus
car
Christ.
when I was driving him to work. Yeah, no, it was horrible. Like I had never been around that before. I'd never seen it. You know, you see it in a movie or whatever, but it's not the same when you're just like right there next to it. So like I didn't know what to do, you know, but he was all over the place. He was like flying into me as I was driving. So I had to pull over for both of our safety. And then I called 911, you know, when I pulled over and the ambulance came and they took him away, you know, and we talked a little bit and, you know, they're asking me a lot of questions about him. Like, and I'm like, I don't know the guy. Like, he's a complete stranger to me, you know. And that just like one of those things where it was so random. You could never expect something like that to happen. And after it did, it was just like this job, you know, I've done it for a number of years, and that was still probably the first one that comes to my mind as the worst ride. Do you have any like rides like that, or what was your worst ride?
Well, I was expecting some like really unpleasant person or uncomfortable interaction, not like
Yeah.
dude having an actual seizure.
You-
My worst
Yeah.
would have to be I did the less savory areas of Detroit when I was doing rideshare.
Okay.
A hop back and forth between Uber and Lyft.
Yeah.
And I picked up a gentleman. He's heading into work. He does some kind of night shift job. I'm not sure what it was, but this gentleman had the worst odor of any individual that I've ever interacted with.
Okay.
Just a pungent stank. So I had to roll down the windows. It was the middle of winter
Yeah.
last year. It's like to drive, I had to have the windows down, air on all the way. This is eye-wateringly bad. I get him to his destination within 10 minutes, but I had to park and bust out the Febreze and like detox the car before I can pick anybody else up.
It's true, and I've had that as well. I've literally had to put my head out the window driving someone around. It smelled like they rolled around in poop before they got into my car. And you're so right though. It's like you can't just go, oh hey, let's just go do another ride right away. People don't realize your car is like ruined sometimes by people that are in and out. Like I had a guy that wet himself in the back seat. Like
Oh,
I mean,
God.
it was. I really, like, no exaggeration, I was gagging so hard once he got out of the car. Like I had to have my whole head out of the window driving home, or I was going to throw up all over the place, you know. And thankfully, because it's like a puddle in my back seat, and I sent in the pictures to Uber, but you never know because it just looked like it could have been anything, you know. It was just wet. And they charged him the $150 cleaning fee for it, thankfully. But I'm like, who like pisses themselves in like just in life, period, let alone like in strangers' cars, you know? It was just too much.
I mean, I can understand like being like really intoxicated, but
Yeah.
like shit. Do you have a strangest ride?
Well, strangest ride. You know, I did a YouTube video about what I kind of felt like maybe was the strangest ride, and I just kind of tell the story and whatnot. But I picked up a woman at like 11 o'clock in the morning, and she got into the back seat of my car, and it was like a guy's name though on the app, like who I was supposed to be picking up, and she was like, he wants you to call him. So I was like, okay. So I called him, and he's like, is she in the car? And I said, yeah. And he said, you're going to take her to a Chinese restaurant to pick up some food, and then you're going to drop her off right back here. And I said, okay. And he said, make sure she gets everything. And that was just like the greatest line ever, because I'm like, well, what does that even mean? Like he sent her out before for Chinese food, and she only came back with, 2 or 3 things and didn't get everything. So I'm just going with it, and she's wasted. This is like 11 o'clock in the morning, and she's just drunk out of her mind. And we go,
Oh, dear.
yeah. So it was just so weird. It was so random. We went to the Chinese restaurant, and she came out with quite a few bags of food, like a bunch of food. She got back into the back seat. I started to drive her back to where I picked her up, and I could just hear like the bags opening up and a lot of rustling going on back there. But I really didn't want to like take a look. I'm like, I'm just going to get her home and out of here and move on with my day. And then I felt like something like touching my arm. It was kind of like poking me in the back of my arm.
no.
So I turned and looked, and she's just like jabbing me with an egg roll. Yeah. And just, and she goes, eat it. So I was like,
What?
okay. So I just started eating the egg roll. And then I turned back, and she's eating an egg roll, and we're just driving down the street, taking her back home, and there you go. And I pulled up, and she packed everything up, and she's just gone. And I just laughed and laughed and laughed. It was just, that one was always like, when I think of like a strange, random, weird thing just happening, that one's always like right up there with me. So
That's certainly out there.
It's one of those types of jobs where you can never predict what's going to happen. And I always say you never know what the next ride is going to be. And I've had nights where it's just been one just really average, mundane ride after another, and then all of a sudden the night takes a turn, and you can almost tell immediately by the time when somebody gets into your car what their kind of energy levels are, what their drunk levels are, sometimes anger levels, sad, like people just get in my car sometimes and just start crying like immediately when they get in the car, you know. So you can tell like almost,
I've had that a couple times.
yeah, you can tell almost right away how somebody is like from the instant that they get into the car. You know what I mean? It's really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been driving?
And I drove rideshare for 2 years until I totaled the vehicle that could rideshare, and now I'm doing some DoorDash in a little 2009 Tribe.
Yeah, I started doing DoorDash, Uber Eats in like March, April, you know, once coronavirus hit, and I haven't given a ride. I think the last ride I gave was like the day before St. Patrick's Day, and then on St. Patrick's Day, they like, you know, around here, they just shut everything down. So I was like, I didn't know what to do. And then I remembered that I had Uber Eats on my Uber app, like as an available thing to do. So I was like, oh, I'll just go try it, I guess. And I've been surprised at how much I liked it. And the tips have been really, you know, it pays pretty decent, really.
Yeah, it's comparable. I like the entertaining nature of rideshare, but I like the laid-back nature of the food delivery.
It's quiet, man. It is so quiet when you don't have anybody in your car like that. And you don't have to be, like, you know, I always try to be a professional. I'll goof and joke around with people all they want, you know. That's kind of part of the job, too. But you kind of have to, like, turn on your personality, like when people get in the car, even if you don't want to. And the food delivery is nice because it's like you literally go up to the door, and now it's like 80-90% of the people are like, just leave it at the door. So you don't even have to see anybody. It's kind of nice. It's kind of pleasant.
It's ideal.
It is. So I was thinking about like positive things that have come out of the coronavirus. And I think like the leave at door food delivery option has been one of the most positive things that have come out of this. So it's like moving forward, even if we have like a healthier society, we don't even worry about, you know, catching something as much. We can still have this leave at door food option forever now. And I think that's just awesome. Because nobody wants to see their delivery driver, and the delivery driver doesn't want to see people. And it's just like, why didn't they come up with this idea like years ago, you know?
Yeah, I think it's a step in the right direction. We don't need to interact. Just push a button, give me food. Yeah. Let it be done.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. And yeah, and I found that most people don't want to, and that's why they use that you know, leave at door option. I gotta move out of here. Mm-hmm. There's people like coming out of their house or something. I think I've just been sitting at that spot too long. Okay, we're driving around again now. So okay, so are you a TikTok content creator, or you just watch?
I considered content creation. Right now, my main job is installing car stereos and speakers, subwoofers, remote starts. I think I could make a channel out of that, but I do it on a corporate level, and I don't want to get in trouble there.
Yeah, I understand. You know, it's always dodgy. You know, and like making these videos under, even though I'm an independent contractor through Uber, you know, it's like they've got terms of service. You're not supposed to do all that stuff. And, you know, it's not illegal because I live in like a one-party consent state, but it's still got that sort of, you know, air of you're doing something wrong by doing this stuff, you know. So I understand that.
I mean, like, the camera's plainly visible, right? It's not candid.
No, it's a rather large dash camera too. It's not even a small one, so it just sits right there. It's plain as day, and you know, I don't think people really care. People ham up to the thing, I can tell sometimes too. You know, it's like they know that it's there. I'm sure some people that are super drunk have no idea, but you know, That's what
I think
happens.
back when you were doing rideshare, it would have been a little bit of a deterrent for people who wanted to cause trouble.
Well, and that's why I got it in the first place. There was a guy that I picked up, and he started like really getting aggressive and yelling at me in the back seat, and then he wouldn't get out of my car. And then when he finally did get out of my car, he jumped on the hood of my car as I was
What the hell?
as I was pulling out of his driveway. And it was just kind of one of those experiences. Like, I was just shooken up by it, and I went home and I immediately just like bought a dash cam. I'm like, if this is gonna happen, I need video proof of this for my safety, or something bad's gonna happen. So that was like what I thought about getting one for a long time, but that was like what pushed me over, made me finally decide to do it.
Well, let's hope you get a bunch of good content out of it, too.
I think I have. It's been fun, it's just gives you something to do too, like while you're working. But yeah, and then I just take the stuff home and edit it, and it's fun. And I've got like an editing background, so it was just kind of natural just to have content and images to play around with,
Fair. Well, I'm going to free up the line so somebody else
All right,
can
buddy.
have some fun.
Great.
Thank you for the experience. It was an awesome night.
Great talking with you, man. I really appreciate it, and have a good night.
All right, you take it easy.
Yep, see ya. All right, so trending in Michigan for sure. My God, getting all sorts of calls from Michigan. I know I missed a couple. Again, I'm sorry. I apologize. Someone from Rhode Island kept trying to call me, and I just couldn't get to it. And if you're still out there, Rhode Island, lines are open. We got a few things in the chat. Let's see what we got here. You should do live Uber rides. Probably not legal, but interesting. There was a guy that in St. Louis that was live streaming his Uber rides. I think it was Lyft rides, same thing, on Twitch, and gotten a lot of trouble for it, honestly. And not like a lot of like legal trouble or anything, but that was what kind of started the whole thing of Uber and Lyft being aware of people like live streaming rides and stuff like that. So they put out like a lot of restrictions once that happened. He picked up someone from like, I want to say like a band person from Alice in Chains or something. Like, he had like a few like semi high profile people in his car too while he was doing it, and it was like ridiculous numbers, something like 20,000 people a night were watching him like live stream his rides, So I don't really want to do that. Yeah, it's interesting though. So let's move on. We got that was Lyle, the truck driver. Okay, thank you so much for encouraging Lyle to call. That was a lot of fun talking with him. So loves these stories. Yeah, there's lots of stories. A couple years ago, I would request leave at the door option after I had surgery and couldn't. Yeah, so now it's nice that they do it. Okay, we got Texas calling. Hey, what's going on tonight? Hello? Okay, Texas did not want to have a conversation, and that's too bad. Okay, so there you go. Yeah, you couldn't answer your door. So no, that's the beauty right now of the leave at door delivery. So I'm hoping that once coronavirus is a thing of our past, that they just leave that option, that leave at door option, because like I said, it's one of the best things, one of the only good things that's happened in these last 10 months, Okay, phone lines are open. Texas didn't want to call. We've had quite a few tonight, though. It's been a lot of fun, so I appreciate everyone that's called. Didn't know how this was going to go, and we're driving around. We're sitting around now. I just started driving around, and I don't know. I just kind of get tired of driving around, so just kind of sitting in a parking lot right now. Not a whole lot going on. Waiting for a phone call. We got a few people online, and we're just doing the thing. This is called the Drive by Night Show. Feel free to call in and promote or plug your TikTok, your Instagram, your YouTube. What are you into? What are you out there making? Feel free to call in and plug it, or call in just about anything. There's no rules here, and that's the beauty of it. I wish they would let DoorDash and Uber Eats do alcohol deliveries from restaurants. They do. I think it depends more on your city and state laws, because as far as DoorDash and Uber Eats goes, it's fine. Like, I do it. I go pick up alcohol from liquor stores, from restaurants. I take it to people, and then I have to scan their ID with my phone. Like, I've arrived at the delivery, and then there will just the thing will come up to scan their ID, and so am I. And then you can do it. You can do it. Like, I've delivered from. Do it on DoorDash, because I don't know if I've ever seen it. I've done it on Uber Eats, I know, but I've done it on DoorDash more often. And I know that it's jumped back and forth. Like, there was a point when they opened it all up for, like, curbside delivery and takeout booze from restaurants and stuff like that it was wide open. And then I think they did, like, once they made the restrictions, like, a little tighter again, then I think they got rid of the alcohol delivery. But then I think once they made the regulations stricter again lately, where, like, bars and restaurants have to close at like 11, then I think the alcohol delivery is okay again. So it's a state thing that's kind of dependent on what, like, the overall restrictions are. Yeah, open. No, that's what I'm saying. And you know, we got to look at these positive things from COVID, because we've only got like a few positive things out of this. And if we can loosen some of these laws about open containers, it's like, what are we doing here? You know, we're all adults in the year 2021. It's like, well, why do we have some of these laws? So, and then it's funny that it's like, oh, well, we don't need these laws right now. But then once, like, the vaccine comes out and everyone gets it, oh, we're going to have these laws again. And it's like, well, what's the difference, you know? So hopefully, I'm hoping that a lot of that stuff, we just lose those laws altogether, you know? Phone lines are open. Who's going to be the next caller? We've had calls from, what's this? It says, if someone is going to drunk drive, the open container law isn't going to stop them. Absolutely. Absolutely. And then there's, 90-some% of the people that are very responsible about it. And it's just like, yeah, let them get a beer delivered to their house, or let them walk out of a restaurant with a beer. Like, who gives a crap, Well, what does it have to do with anything? These are just childish laws. So, I don't know. Hope they go away for good, honestly. We've gotten 3 calls from Michigan, 1 from Georgia, 1 from Florida, 1 from California, 1 from North Carolina. Someone called from Texas. Someone called from Rhode Island a couple times, but I wasn't able to answer the call, and I feel horrible about it. So, phone lines are open. Who's going to be the next to call? 402-853-8436. Come on. Don't be shy. You know you're not doing anything. You know you're a little bit curious. Just dial those numbers. See what happens. It'll be fun. Give you something to do tonight. I mean, you're already online anyway. Might as well. Come on. We're waiting. Who's going to be next? Or, if you have numbers you want me to call, drop them in the chat. I will dial those numbers. I don't really care. I looked on TikTok earlier and I found like a few numbers to call that people like left, but I didn't have good results with any of them. So maybe I didn't do enough research. Other than that, though, I don't know. I guess we'll just drive around a little bit. Feels like if I move, somebody will call. Because I see the cars moving. Here we go, see? Started happening. Hey, what's going on? And they hung up. What's up with that? They even called from a private number. So it's like, who gives a shit? Well, why don't you just call? Well, why you gotta hang up? Why would you call and then hang up? Like, what's going on? So there you go. That one didn't happen. Phone lines are open. Let's get a good call. We've had a couple real good ones tonight. Chatting with some nice folks from Michigan and North Carolina and Wisconsin. And it's all good out there. But we'll drive it around, because this is the Drive by Night show after all, so we gotta actually mix in a little bit of driving just to, I don't know, give it the illusion that we're doing something here. We'll check out this street here, see what's going on. Alright. Thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. Trying to build this content here, just to have a few different things going. I'm going to archive these shows on YouTube because I'm recording them all on my dash cam as well as I'm going live. So I'll probably put these up on, or this particular one up on YouTube tomorrow if you want to check it out at All the Rides on YouTube, and be a heck of a lot more fun if you just call it in, and then you could go watch the archive of it tomorrow and say, hey, look, I called in this random show and it was a lot of fun. So this is so cool. This needs more attention. You seem so amazing. Thank you so much. I try, and this is an idea that I've had for quite a while. You know, I always wanted to have, like, it kind of goes back to the days of like old school talk radio that I would listen to, like, driving around in my parents' car, you know. And then I remember getting jobs, and I used to listen to, like, Coast by Coast with Art Bell. They talk about UFOs and all sorts of nonsense. And people would just call him and talk about the strangest things. And then, like, once podcasts kind of jumped up and took over everything, like, the old call-in talk shows sort of went away. And I know that there's podcasts that have call-ins and whatnot, but it's just not the same. And podcasts are just people just talking, just to hear themselves talk and interview people and tell stories and whatever. And I was like, it'd be cool to have, like, an old school, like, talk radio show, you know. And so it took, like, a few ideas that I had to, like, put this together, you know. And it was when I started, like, putting the dash cam in my car, and I heard how well the phone over my Bluetooth came through. I was like, oh, I could make, like, a mobile studio in my car and drive around and just have people call the phone number. And I'm like, there's my talk show right there. So this is the first night that I'm trying it, and I've had this idea for a really long time. So call me, please. Went to a lot of work to put this together. And then I was like, I didn't know how to, like, display the number, you know. Here we go. So we got a private number calling here again. Let's see what happens. Hey, what's going on? I don't like it. I don't like it. Why are all the private numbers hanging up? Your number's private. I don't know what it is. What are you worried about? I don't bite. Let's just talk a little bit. So there you go. Private numbers have not been good tonight. It's been all the other ones have come through though. So there you go. So if I'll give you another shot, private number. Give it another try. Call back. Say hello. What's the worst that can happen? Phone lines are open. Here we go. We got Oregon. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, nothing much. You?
Oh, man, I am driving around. This is the Drive by Night show. My first night doing this ever. So you called on the inaugural evening, and thank you so much. What inspired you to call?
Honestly, I thought I was doing the same thing for a very long time.
Okay. Well, here. Watch what I'm doing then, and steal from me, man. I don't care, because that's what life is. And I stole from a lot of ideas to get this, and then I kind of pieced like 8 or 9 different ideas together to come up with this one. So, you got to get like, are you going to drive around and do it, or what does your setup look like, you think?
I'm gonna start driving around at first, but then once or twice every week, I was thinking of doing like a podcast in my own room.
Yep. Totally it, because I've wanted to do a podcast for years, but it's like podcasts are hard because they're so oversaturated. They've been beaten to death, so I was looking for like an angle of like, well, nobody's doing this, I don't think. I'm doing something a little bit different than what everyone else is doing. So that was sort of my idea. Drive around in a car and have this phone number and see what happens. So there you go. So I've got so I ended up getting like an additional line, that's just for this show only. And I've got like these 2 side-by-side phone holders. One that's like for the live stream, and then one that's for the calls into my Bluetooth over the speaker. And then I put this little like ring light up in my ceiling, and there you go. And it kind of works out.
Nice, yeah, because I have a radio in my car that has like a microphone you can clip to your chest.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
So for your voice that's going to be talking through that then.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a really good idea, actually. I don't know if I have anything like that, but I like the idea, because I could probably can you, when you were watching the live stream, because I don't know what I sound like. I don't know if I'm like too loud or too quiet, or what was
you sound actually just about right.
Okay. Well, I try and elevate my pitch just a little bit. Like, I'm not just mumbling. So I try and, I'm not shouting, but I'm just trying to give a little bit more of a force to the way that I'm talking, so it's easy to understand.
Yeah.
So I
wanted to go into like the podcast thing for a very long time. I have everything ready for it, the microphones, everything. It's just, I feel like if I'm going to go into it, I'm going to do like, say a bunch of funny jokes, but then no one's going to see it. And then I'm going to look back on and say like, oh, that's pretty stupid, and then delete it.
I understand that, man. I understand that. It's like talking to air and talking to no one. It's like, what's the point? What am I doing here?
I mean, I do that in my free time.
Yeah, you and me both, man. That's why I was like, I might as well do it on here. Like, at least I can get some views, and I got the TikTok Creator Fund. I could probably make 3 cents tonight from doing this. What?
One thing you should try to do is on Amazon you can actually find like a Bluetooth microphone you can clip to your chest, or like the sun visor.
Yep.
And find one that has low views. Contact the seller and say, hey, if you give me this for free, I will shout out it everywhere on all my social media and everything.
Yep.
And half the time they'll actually respond and say, yeah, sure.
There you go, man. You see, you're like ready to go here, man. You need to start your podcast tomorrow. I think you. What would your show focus on? Do you know, like, what are your ideas for the show, like, overall?
I would. So there's usually the podcast, like the 2 podcasts a week that would be in my room. I would say would probably be ones that I reach out to callers that are in need.
Okay.
And then help them any way I can.
I love it, man. I love stuff like that, and it's fun.
And then the other days are ones I drive around, get donations, and all those donations go straight to the people in need.
Cool, man. I think it's great. You know what, dude? If you start it, send me like a link to it. I'll be like, this dude called on my first night that I was doing it. I appreciate it, and then I will send anybody that I can to it. I swear to you, I will. And because I love that idea, and like you said, it's just kind of getting started, and and once you do, I have a feeling that show could take off quite a bit, and you wouldn't have, if you did it consistently for like a few months, I think you'd start to build up a pretty good following.
Yeah, because currently I'm like sitting at like 1,400-ish.
So you can go live.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do it, man.
But yeah, I was watching for like 5 minutes and no one called. I'm like,
What? Why is no one calling?
Yeah. Exactly. Well, like I said, this was my first night doing it. I've had a few. I think I've had like 9 or 10 calls or something, which blows me away, honestly. Like, I didn't know if anybody was going to call, so I'm like super happy.
Or if anyone's going to join.
Yeah. That's scary too sometimes.
The best thing is,
yeah.
I actually found you at my For You page, and I'm not even following you.
Oh, dude, that's the best then. That's just the best. Then they're
that's
pushing
just
it.
like there's something proven that someone shared it or someone, or you're gaining followers while you're live streaming.
Good deal, man. You know, and I've had some success with like live streaming just in the past. Like, I noticed that like my views on all my videos go up, my followers go up. So I think TikTok like celebrates this because they just want to keep people on the app. And if like somebody's just on here and they're watching a live stream, like TikTok's like, oh, this is good. We need to like promote this person's, whatever they're doing, because they're keeping people on the app,
Yeah, that's what I noticed. Like, one every like 20 of my videos get popular.
It's weird, right? It's like,
and then like my average is about 300. But every once in a while I get like 4,000, 5,000 likes, and I'm like, what?
Yeah. You're like, how did this happen? Like, what's going on?
I post like five videos at a time, all about this, basically almost the same thing, just different music, different areas on a video game. I don't know why, but some of them get like 4,000, the other ones get like 10, 15, 100.
I swear they like just choose one out of random just to keep you like in the game. Because it's like if all of them just got 10 views, after a while you'd be like, screw it, what's the point? I don't want to do this anymore. But they're
it's like gambling.
yeah, you're rolling the dice for sure here, And I had one that I put up today. Like, I put one up every Thursday morning, and like the last few that I've done only got like 3,000-4,000 views, and then this one had like 70,000 views in like just a few hours, And I was like, what's going on here? Like, it's just, sometimes it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Well,
the only problem I have with my car is that it's loud. And so for me to even like be able to like do the podcast or like the game show in the car or the donating show basically, would be the chest microphone with the noise canceling thing.
What kind of a car do you have? Like,
it's a Mazda 3, it's 2005, but I have a modified
Okay. Yeah, I got a Toyota, and this thing's it's pretty quiet inside, so it's kind of like I have my own like little sound studio here, and it's working out pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, right on, man. So seriously, like, drop me like a little thing in the chat or something. Just say like, hey, what's up? And I'm gonna go through it like at the end of the night and just follow everybody on there, and then I'll follow your shit. And if you start the podcast, man, for real, reach out to me and I'll give you a little shout out or a promotion, do whatever I can, and yeah, man, go for it.
All right, so yeah, thank you. My username on TikTok is Pi4Gamer, so you should see me in the chat. Okay,
man, I'll look for you, and thanks for calling. It was good chatting with you.
Yeah, of course.
All right, good night.
Night.
Okay, so there you go. Someone who is, inspired by this, thinking about doing their sort of own little podcast or drive around in the car. It's really kind of interesting how you can just kind of make this mobile little studio, and yeah, that was fun. That was a good conversation. Seemed like a good dude. So follow his stuff and look out for his show. Let's see what we got for we got a few things in the chat here, so let's see. Okay. Is this cash cab is a question. Not tonight, it's not. Not tonight. But that's a really interesting idea, actually. I like that idea. I'm putting that away. If I can build this thing up and get it to some sort of a place, then yeah, we'll do cash cab, because that would be a lot of fun, actually. Okay, let's see. Welcome to the 402, where all we do is cruise and go to the local Sonic or Runza. You know, I ended up getting probably like $40 or $50 worth of gift cards to Runza at Christmas, and I haven't used any of them yet. And it's like 9:30. Runza's about closed at this point. They close kind of early. I don't know why. People want Runzas at like 2 in the morning, you know? That's what we used to do growing up in Wisconsin, exactly. We go to Culver's and Quick Trip in Wisconsin. Yes, you do. We got Culver's around here too, man. Quick Trips, yeah. Okay. We got a lot of people talking about Walmart. Phone lines are open, by the way. Don't be shy. Everyone's having conversations, asking what a Runza is. Oh boy, I don't know if I want to be the person that describes what a Runza is. It's just, it's like baked dough, and you put hamburger and sauerkraut and onions and cheese, if you're smart, inside the thing, and you just eat it. It's like a German thing. I can't remember what it is originally. It's like a real thing that comes from Germany. So you had people here a long time ago that started making this thing called a Runza, and there's like a whole restaurant dedicated to the things, and it's like a very successful chain, and they're good. You got to have one once in your life. I mean, you know. All right. Pretty quiet around here. Who's going to be the next caller? You got something you want to promote? Something you want to talk about? What's on your mind? Give a call. 402-853-8436 is the number. You can get Runzas in Nebraska. I'm sure you can get them elsewhere, but that's where the big joint, it's just simply called Runza Restaurant. And there's a lot of them. And let's see. Where am I? You know what? Hang on the line here. I'm pretty close to one. I'll drive by it and show it to you on the camera real quick, if you're still hanging out. Because nobody's calling. Phones are open. Now we're going to go look at a Runza restaurant. Because we're not too far from it. Well, how much do y'all love Conor Oberst? Well, old Bright Eyes, you know, he's a thing. He's a thing. It's interesting. Saddle Creek Records, you know, that's been a big deal for a long time. He's one of those guys where it's like a lot of times when somebody does blow up or make it from around here, you could either run into them or you know somebody who knows somebody who's known them. But I never just hear anything about that guy. There's no gossip or rumors or good things or bad things. I just don't hear anybody, other people like that have kind of made it through. You always hear stuff about them, but I don't know. So I don't know what that guy does. Okay, we're pulling up here in a second to a Runza. A Runza has been requested this evening. Now, there's people that don't know what a Runza is. So we're going to drive by a Runza restaurant and we're going to take a look. And if it's open, I'll just buy a Runza and then I can really show you what it is. So let's see if it's open. But I feel like it closes maybe at 9. If it's open till 10, we're good to go. Let's check it out. Didn't know I was going to be doing this tonight, but that's what makes stuff like this fun. It's all organic. Okay, I can see it. And where is it? Where is it? There it is. And no, those lights look off, man. I feel like it closes. I don't know why it closes so early, but it just does. Stupid. Let's see here. What? That sign's not very good. There's a better sign over here. Okay. Guy who was looking for the Runza. Here's the sign right there. Runza, right there. It's closed. Otherwise, I would just order one and then show you what like the real thing looks like. Let's get caught up with the chat here since I just pulled over. They're only in Nebraska, I believe. Yeah, I mean it's like Nebraska doesn't have that many things that are theirs, and Runza is one of those things. Iowa, Kansas, and Colorado. At Runza itself, which started in Nebraska, now it's chained out. So yeah, there are some locations in other states now. Love Connor, one of my favorite artists ever, honestly. Cool. Yeah, no, it's awesome. And it's cool to have, exactly, like everywhere somebody's got someone, you know, like where they're from, and it's super rad. What kind of car do you drive? This is a 2015 Toyota Corolla. Corn, Busch Light, and Runza. That is Nebraska in a nutshell. Well said. Nutshell. I gotcha. Well said. And Husker football. Yep. Go Big Red. Soon. Next year. Or the year after. But soon. We'll be doing Go Big Red here all the time. Okay, phone's open. Who's going to call? We're driving around. Drive at night show. I'll pull over for a second. Just kind of hang out. Waiting for a phone call. We've probably had about 10 calls by now. So somebody's done it before you. So you got nothing to worry about. Just call in. Hey, I got all these Nebraska people. Come on, Nebraska people. Call me up. What's going on here? Help your guy out here. That's right. Corolla, Toyota Corolla, great car. It is a safe car. I love it. You know, the word reliable, dependable, steady, sturdy, maybe thrown out there, but you're not going to find a more reliable car than a Toyota Corolla. Not the flashiest thing you're ever going to see, but I don't give a shit. Okay, I live in a small town called Auburn. My nearest Runza is like 30 minutes from me. I know where Auburn is. Yeah, well, you got to go into Nebraska City for the Runza? Is my thinking right? And I know somebody lives in New Auburn in Wisconsin. So Auburn is trending tonight. All right. You're just going to have to sit here and listen to me talk unless somebody calls in. 402-853-8436. Come on. Let's go. Milwaukee. There you go. Just in Milwaukee not too long ago. Had a real good time. Ate some sausage, some bratwurst. Incredible cheese curds. Like the softest cheese curds. Those things just melted. Like I put it in my mouth and it would just start to dissolve. They were really incredible. We got an 02 Tahoe with oh geez, that thing kind of cranks, doesn't it? I love how people who aren't from Wisconsin say Wisconsin. Okay, well, what am I doing wrong? Wisconsin. How do you say it? Yeah, Nebraska City. That's what I thought. What were you in Milwaukee for, if I may ask? Honestly, just to get drunk. My girlfriend and I were just sort of like, just needed to get away for a weekend, and like within like less than, not 8-hour driving distance, we've just been everywhere, and we had just never been to Milwaukee, so we're like, fuck it, let's go. And we had a great time. Your town sure knows how to drink. One of my favorite things was a bar or restaurant we go to, and the glass would be empty or almost empty, and they would come up and they wouldn't say, would you like another beer? Would you like another drink? they would almost always say, well, your glass is empty, suggesting that it's like, well, you have to get another one. And I really liked that attitude. So that was super cool to me. And yeah, we just drank. It was a ton of fun. Best cheese curd squeak. Okay, maybe I need some squeaking. These like I said, they kind of just dissolved. Like, they were so squishy. They were really incredible, though. You're definitely saying it wrong for sure. Here we go again. Wisconsin. Wisconsin. What am I doing wrong? I don't understand. As people say that where I come from, the region, that I don't have a discernible accent. I mean, these are the people that they put on talk shows and radio shows like back in the day, like actors. They all had to come from here because they don't have a discernible accent to get rid of. I don't know. You're using too hard of a C. Okay. So Wisconsin. Okay. Too hard of a C. Boy, I don't even know how to fix that. Wisconsin. But see, then I'm just doing it fast. I don't know if that's giving less of an emphasis on the C, though. I'll have to work on that. I'd love... You know what? And Muhlenberg 21? Or Lacroix Playboy? Give me a call, 402-853-8436, so we can all hear the proper way to enunciate Wisconsin. If I'm driving you crazy, call in so we can hear it. We have to hear it. You can't describe it. It just doesn't work as well. And this person too, they're saying I'm putting way too hard of an emphasis on the C. Fascinating. Oh, Wisconsin. Oh, see, now that okay, here we go. Wisconsin. How's that? Is that better? That makes sense. Now you described it, I think, I still don't know if I did it right, but the explanation was pretty good. Okay, Wisconsin. So I was doing Wisconsin. I can see how that would piss you off. My apologies. I like Wisconsin. I got no problem with it whatsoever. So, my apologies. Don't want to start, I guess we're not border states, but fairly close. Don't want to start any border wars here. We're all Midwest flunkies as it is, living in January in the Midwest. So, you know how it goes. It's supposed to snow tonight, though, so around midnight. Looking forward to it. You guys gotten a good snow up there yet, or what's going on up there? I was close, but I feel like with your help, you gave me the proper way to say it, and I'm good now. Hopefully, Wisconsin has got my back, and we're all friends. I don't want to go down that road. All right, it's been a long time, man. These phone lines have just been silent for a while. Looks like somebody sent me a text. Hey, are you live streaming on TikTok right now? Just came across it on my For You page. You bet. Give me a call. Okay. No one's calling. It better not snow. I just cleaned my Tahoe. There you go. Yeah, well, I mean, that's winter. I kind of just wait till it's all over before I clean my car, Like, what's the use? Okay, who's gonna call? We're waiting. Nothing going on here. The last call came in at 9:29, so we got to do better than this. Come on now. Here we go. We got Pennsylvania coming in. What's going on tonight, Pennsylvania? How are you? Oh, come on. You take all the time to dial in those numbers, let it ring, let me answer, and then you just hang up on me. Come on now. What's the point of all that? Here we go. We got Florida coming in. What's going on, Florida?
Yo, what's up, son?
How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing all right, man. Just kind of trying this new thing out. I got just like this little show in my car on TikTok. Thought I'd put my number up and just see what happens. So, what do you do on TikTok? Are you a creator, or do you just watch videos?
I usually just watch videos.
Okay. What's like if you had to tell somebody, like, what's the best video that you've ever seen on TikTok that you feel like everybody's got to see it? The thing was just so crazy.
Honestly, it was probably a 7-year-old disabling a M16 and putting it back together.
You're kidding me.
No.
That does sound crazy. Well, now I'm trying to think of like how to search that and find it, but I'm sure it's gotten like millions of views by now.
Yeah, it has.
Okay.
It was a while ago. I tried to take it down. I saved it on my phone.
Okay. Oh, no, I'll look for it. That sounds really interesting. It's always kind of weird out there because it's like, I know there's like parts of the world everyone sees some videos and everyone sees other videos and it's like sometimes not everybody always sees the same videos. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So cool. So hanging out in Florida, how long you live there?
About 9 years.
Okay, cool. You like it there?
Yeah, it's warm.
Yeah.
It's cold today. About
Okay.
40.
40? That is pretty cold,
Yeah.
actually. Like during the day or at night got to 40?
During the day.
Oh, wow. That's like, honestly, because I live in the middle of nowhere, I think it was even warmer here today than it was there, but it's going to drop down to like the teens or the 20s tonight, so it gets cold at night,
Yeah.
you know. Well, some guy in the Wisconsin chat is getting on you for 40 degrees, thinking that it's
40
cold.
degrees.
Yeah, they're saying that's not cold. He says I'm drinking beers at the beach when it's 40 degrees. But those guys in Wisconsin, if you've never been there, those guys go hard. They sit out.
Yeah.
They sit out with no shirt on and 20 below zero and drink beer and they don't care. They're
Well, yeah, I was born in Jersey, so
there you go. So you know. It's good stuff. It's interesting, you know, like people born in different climates and places, like how they react to like other people living in different climates, you know.
yeah.
He says the alcohol keeps you warm.
But it does.
Well, good deal. Anything else on your mind?
Nothing much. Just I got finals tomorrow, so.
Okay. You still got to study?
Oh yeah, I passed today, and then we got 2 more tomorrow, so I'm pretty much gonna pass. Yeah.
Okay. 2 more tomorrow, man. Seems like it's kind of. Yeah, I don't know. Seems like it's early to have finals or something. Seems like they'd be a little bit later on, but I guess whatever they tell you to do, you kind of just got to do it. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, good luck with the finals. Hope it goes well, and thanks for calling tonight.
No problem, man. You have a good night.
All right, you too. Take it easy.
You're all right.
Okay. So we had a call from Florida, and I missed one from Pennsylvania. So here we go. Maybe it's Pennsylvania coming back. We got Pennsylvania. Hey, what's going on? And we get a hang up. We don't like hang-ups around here. Okay. It's 12 degrees right now. It was 40 in Minnesota today, and we were in shirts and shorts ice fishing today. That's what I'm saying. It was like 56 or 60 yesterday. Pennsylvania's coming in hot. Hey, what's going on?
Nothing much, man. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good tonight. Just trying this drive around call-in show for the first time tonight, and I didn't know what was going to happen. And I think
that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. It's the first time I've ever seen it.
Awesome, man. And I'm glad you called, because it's like, I think I've had about like 11 or 12 people call, you know, which has been awesome. But then I've had a lot of people that'll just call and then just like hang up right away. And I'm like, why would you bother to even dial it if you're just going to hang up? So I don't really get that.
It's a waste of time. I do want to say that those Wisconsin guys, they have nothing on Pennsylvania. It was just it was like 13 degrees. Today it was 28, but like a month ago it was 13.
Okay.
And today it was 28. I'm walking around in shorts and a t-shirt, and I was just at work working around in 28 degrees. So
there you go.
Those Wisconsin guys don't got nothing on Pennsylvania guys.
So I averted a war earlier because I was saying Wisconsin, and they didn't like that. So I was corrected to say Wisconsin. But I averted a war. But you want to start a war with Wisconsin, Pennsylvania-Wisconsin border war here.
Hey, I mean, Pennsylvania's got a bunch of hunters, so we're ready.
I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are. You know, and that's good stuff. Now, Pennsylvania's interesting because it's like, how long have you lived there? Your whole life, or?
Yeah, whole life. I was born and raised here.
Okay, right on. So it's like, so is Pennsylvania? Is it considered the East Coast, or is it kind of like we don't consider ourselves the East Coast? Like, what's the vibe of that all about?
Yeah, Pennsylvania would be East Coast.
Okay.
I love Pennsylvania though. You get the cold, you get the perfect weather, and you get the super hot in the summer. So I love it. I love it over here.
Yeah, but you kind of get like an edge of the Midwest being so close to Ohio, and you also get like kind of the South too, don't you? Because then like Southern Pennsylvania, the people kind of there have like more Southern accents too sometimes.
Yeah, they definitely do. It's more of like a country accent. You can definitely hear different all around Pennsylvania. It's completely different. Top left and bottom right, it's just completely different.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That's why it's just geographically, it's in such an interesting place, you know. So you're just kind of getting it from a few different edges. So what on TikTok itself? Do you create content or you just watch?
I posted a video before.
Okay.
It was I posted a video about a senior prank that someone did before. You can check it out if you'd like to, but
okay.
I don't really post. I'm more of a watcher though.
Yeah, sure. How long have you been watching?
I'd say about a year now.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how long it's been out, but it's for a really long time.
It's been out for a while. I remember hearing about it in like, I want to say maybe like 2016 or something, 15 even. And I was just kind of like, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't care what that is. And and it really was like once like quarantine happened, you know, and everybody just like inside. I think everyone, like a lot of people, discovered it for the first time that like never really went on there, you know, and it's become like this thing now. It's really kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's part of my life. It's a part of my routine. You know, when I'm bored, let's go watch some TikTok.
No, I watch it every day, and like I started like just posting content on there, and I was like, I'm not gonna watch anything though, and then like I started watching it, and now it's like, I'm in trouble. Because I'm like, I'm like flipping through that thing every night, and I'm like, okay, it's time to go to bed. And it's weird because you kind of like lose concept of time because you're just kind of like, because it's not like a movie or a show where it's like, well, this is 1 hour long, and you kind of know when it's over that it's like, okay, maybe it's time to go to bed. But like you keep flipping through that screen, and there's like no starting place or ending place. It just like keeps going.
Yeah. Like I'll go down to lay to bed at like 11:30, and next thing you know, it's 3 a.m. I'm like, oh crap, I got school tomorrow.
Yeah. Seriously, they keep you on that app. It's super
like
addictive.
a trap.
it kind of is, you know, but it's okay, man. It's been pretty fun. We'll see how it evolves over the years. I have no idea what it's going to become. But
all right. Well, I mean, you have a good one. God bless. Thanks for talking.
Thanks, man. Thank you for calling. I really appreciate it on the first night. Take care of yourself.
Yep. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Okay. So we had a guy from Pennsylvania there giving us a call saying, you know, you guys in Wisconsin, it gets cold there too. And they said it's minus 12 there now. I love hearing people's accents. Yeah, it is fun, isn't it? I had no idea there were country. Yeah, I didn't. In country accents in Pennsylvania, I can't remember what it was that I saw. Like I saw some actor or something. I think it might have been Sharon Stone, who said she was from southern Pennsylvania and she had to work really hard to get rid of her southern accent. And I was like, what the hell are you talking about? But I guess it's a real thing. The way he said coast. Okay. I usually fall asleep scrolling through TikTok and I wake up to the same video just repeating. That's like the old school day when you would put like the DVD in the DVD player and then fall asleep and you'd wake up to that menu just blaring over and over again, that same sound. Okay, we got Pennsylvania again. What's going on?
Hey, what's up?
Not much. How are you tonight?
Good. hanging out in this coronavirus.
Okay, yeah, man. What's been like? How has it affected your life? Like, what changed from your routine like last March until now?
Just not leaving the house that much.
Okay. Yeah. No, there's nowhere to go. Anyway, it's like you want to go somewhere, and it's just like every place is closed, and there's nobody out anywhere. And so you found yourself like you watch more TV, or you watch more TikTok, or like what have you like replaced that going out time with?
TikTok is basically it.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty funny because I found your TikTok, and it's actually a pretty cool idea to put your phone number on there. But
thanks, man. No,
yeah.
it's kind of an idea that I had for a while, you know, and I pieced together like a few different ideas to finally end up with this one. But it's like you gotta have some sort of a built-in audience to call in this phone number, otherwise it just doesn't work, you know. And then I finally got like enough followers or whatever on TikTok where I'm like, well, I got like 40, I think I got almost 50,000 followers. I was like, somebody will call. I just know somebody will. But still, I was like, I don't know if anybody's going to call. So I appreciate you being brave and calling this random number tonight. It's awesome.
Okay.
Well, cool, man.
All right. Well, have a good day.
All right, you do the same. Thank you so much for calling.
All right.
See ya. Okay, there you go. We're getting a lot of action from Pennsylvania. We had a lot of action from Michigan earlier. And then we're all in it now, second. Yes, we are. Yeah, call him. I want to hear Wisconsin. Oh, yeah, I'm waiting for Wisconsin to call. They're not calling. What is this about? Yeah, call the phone number and find out. And there's someone saying it's cold in Utah. So Utah is chiming in now. Very cold in Utah, it says. Good thing I'm on vacation in Vegas. Okay, rub it in. What's the casino situation like in Vegas right now? Are they open? Like, what's going on? Same kid. Do you think that was the same kid? I don't know if it was either. I couldn't tell. Me, who doesn't leave my house in the first place, got lucky. It was no different. He does have the same voice as me, though. Hi from Utah. Okay, we got North Dakota coming in. I like this. Greetings, North Dakota. How are you?
I'm doing good. Yourself?
I'm doing all right. Thank you so much for calling. You're like one of the only states where I can say I'm from the South. Here in Nebraska. When
yeah.
I went to Fargo like a little over a year ago, and I remember someone asking me where I'm from, and I said I'm from the South, and I just had a gas just like saying that. I thought it was a lot of fun. So what?
Yeah.
What?
I'm from about an hour south of Canada, so I'm pretty.
Oh, you're
pretty
way up. You're way up there. Do you ever go to like Winnipeg?
Well, I'm not. I'm on the other side. So I'm on the other side of the state. I'm actually a half an hour from Montana.
Oh, you're way west then. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of a far way away there and there. Okay, well, awesome. What?
So, yeah, you can go. Sorry.
Yeah, no big deal. No rules here. So, what do you do in North Dakota? How long have you lived there?
Well, I'm kind of from North Dakota, from the other side of the state. So from north of Fargo and Grand Forks.
Okay.
But now we're out here because it was because of the oil, but that's not a good thing right now. So we're probably moving again.
Yeah, I understand. You know, I remember when that all sort of blew up and happened. You know, and I saw like some particular ads. You know, lots of claims for money and like this and that. And I thought about it for a little bit. I was like, man, I'll just go work on like one of those fields for like a couple of years, save a bunch of money, you know. But yeah, no. Then you just hear a bunch of horror stories about it, though. So, what's been like your whole experience with like how that whole thing happened?
Well, I mean, it's right now there's just no work, and like our apartment complex is like 60% capacity right now. I mean, personally, it's quieter, but also every person I'm with, they're like, oh, we're moving next month. Oh, we're moving next week.
Right.
Because there's just nothing here anymore. Everyone's left. All the man camps, well, it's nice the man camps are gone, but
Yeah.
Even families and stuff, everyone's leaving and until if there's going to be another boom, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
You think it's pretty much a lost cause at this point? Just time to get out?
Yeah, for us particularly, we're going to pretty much leave here. We're only over on this side of the state because of there was work at the time, but now it just hasn't been good. Actually, my husband is out in Montana.
Okay.
Working out there because that's the only work he can find right now.
Wow. Oh, that stinks. That's too bad, you know. Yeah, no, I remember watching like a documentary about, I can't remember what it was called, but it was really interesting how, yeah, they would kind of just set up these like little like tent cities for all, like a lot of the men and the workers and whatnot to like live in, you know, and it just,
Yep.
yeah, it was just really interesting. How just these like little pop-up cities just pop up, but then yeah, something similar like that happened where it was just like the work just like, they had more work than they knew what to do with, and then it just all dried up, and it left a lot of people just like wondering like, well, what are we going to do now? We like packed up and we moved across the country to come here, and now there's like nothing to do.
Yep, that's exactly what happened. I worked the census this summer because there was no work for my husband, so
Okay.
They were hiring people left and right, and I would be sent to like the middle of nowhere. I would drive like an hour, and it would say there's like 100 houses here. Well, they're not houses, but they're buildings.
Yeah.
And so I'd go out there, and there was just like I just see a gated area saying "Do not trespass," and it was just a bunch of just empty trailers.
Oh,
And
wow.
so I'd have to mark every single one of them one by one, saying, because 10 years ago someone lived there,
Yeah.
but not now. So I had to go through every single one of those and mark them all off, and
Oh, wow.
and
Did
so like
you ever just out of curiosity, like were the doors open in the trailers and like stuff still in it, or were they just totally abandoned?
there were stuff in them. People would just leave them and stuff. There were a lot of them like covered in flies. Like I wouldn't open the door.
Yeah.
But they're like rotted food, and you would see where animals got into them. Yeah, they're just abandoned in the middle of North Dakota, all over the place.
Wow.
And the country needs to pick them up, but they don't. And I don't know what's going to happen to them. But I'm sure no one's living there for
Yeah.
6-7 years now.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. It's really fascinating though when things like that kind of happen. I don't know. I wish it would have worked out better for you. I'm sure you'll find something. But you're going to have an interesting story though. I'll tell you that. Years from now, you're going to kind of look back on it, and hopefully it's like you can pull something from it though, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's always to tell people that, oh yeah, I lived in the oil field
Yeah.
of North Dakota.
Exactly. No, I believe it's experiences like that though. They do help shape and mold you and make you prepared for whatever comes down the road. So I like to look at the positives.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, someone from Alabama keeps trying to call me. I want to give them a shout. Thank you so much for calling. I really appreciate the story about what's going on up there in North Dakota, and good luck to you in the future.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Yep, take care.
Have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye. Okay, Alabama, the line is open. I saw you tried to call a couple of times. I apologize. But that was kind of an interesting story about oil fields in North Dakota. Like, those were a thing. Yeah. Okay. Casinos are semi-open. They aren't letting in as many people. Okay. There you go. So phone lines are open. I keep saying lines like there's more than one, but there's just one. Probably going to do this for about another 40-45 minutes. It's starting to snow a little bit, and I'll go home at some point. Maybe we'll just drive around a little bit, see what happens. But give us a call. It's been a lot of fun tonight. We've been kind of all over the map. People from Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Michigan, North Dakota, California, Georgia, Florida, Wisconsin, Texas, and now we got Pennsylvania again. Pennsylvania's been hot. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, man.
How you doing tonight?
I'm watching your TikTok.
Okay.
You're killing it, brother.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. You know, this is the first night that I've been doing this, so I had no idea how it was going to go. I had no idea if anybody was going to even call in. So the fact that people are calling, man, it's like it's making it so much easier for me because it's like I can only just talk about nothing for so long. I need help from other people, you know?
Yeah, it makes it all worth it, right?
Hell yeah, man. So what do you got going on tonight then?
I'm hanging out. Hold on one second.
Okay. So what do you create content on TikTok or you just watch? Okay. Hello.
Yeah, I watch them.
Okay. All right. Who's like a couple of your like favorite people to watch? Like, are always killing it, video after video. Point us somewhere like someone good to watch.
I don't even know really. I kind of just like I'm a scroller. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm kind of a scroller too. Like I follow a certain amount of people, you know, and then their stuff pops up and whatever. But yeah, I kind of like to just discover like new stuff, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Like some of the people, like they're good, and that's the reason why they've got like a following and whatnot. But sometimes it kind of seems like they just kind of make the same stuff over and over again, you know.
Yeah, I like to watch like Grand Theft Auto videos.
Okay. Awesome. What I've seen some of them pop up, but I've never really just watched them because it's like I'll just go play the game, I guess. Like what do people do in like Grand Theft Auto videos?
Like trick shots, I guess, or like trick like on the bike and stuff. It's pretty cool. You should just like, I don't know, you have a PS4?
No. I should, but I don't. I still, you're gonna think I'm crazy, but maybe I am. I have a PS2. I have.
Dude, you're old.
I know I am. I'm not even like gonna pretend that I'm not. And I got the PS2 when I was probably 25, maybe 26, something like that. And yeah, I still got the thing. It works great though. So I'll still play Vice City on that, you know, and it's a pretty solid. Where would you rank Vice City in GTA?
It's pretty OG.
It is, man, but yeah, it's still pretty fun to get. It's clunky, like it's definitely got some clunkiness to it, but it's still pretty fun.
Yeah. Well, I'm playing the game right now, so good luck driving around.
All right.
Drive safe and remember to stop at your stop signs, all right?
Absolutely, man. Thank you very much for calling. I appreciate it. Have a good night.
All right, brother.
Cheers.
Have a good night.
You too. Okay. Checking in from Pennsylvania. Talking a little Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, do you got a PlayStation 4? Nope. I got a PlayStation 2. If that means anything. Okay, what do we got? I'm going to pull up here for a second real quick. What street am I on? Don't even know. Phone line is open. And we got Massachusetts calling here. What's going on?
Nothing.
Cool.
Are you live?
Yeah, we are live right now on TikTok. Utah's trying to call in, but I'm going to mute them because you beat them to it. So what are you up to tonight?
Nothing. I'm just watching something. I thought like usually people are just like just do this for jokes, but no, you actually have to. That's cool.
No. This is just kind of like a drive around, like call in, like podcast or talk show or whatever.
Oh my God.
So yeah,
that's cool.
Dude, this is like my first night doing this, and it's been great because people are like calling me, and it's just been a ton of fun. So yeah. So thank you for calling. What do you do on TikTok? Do you make stuff or you just watch stuff?
Yeah, I make videos.
All right. What are you into?
I'm thinking about cosplaying, but I don't know what.
Okay. Like what was like the last thing that you dressed up as?
A person from a game.
Okay. Which game?
Skyrim.
Okay. And then did you make a video about that, or are you just like thinking about it?
I was thinking about it, but I didn't because I didn't look like the character.
Yeah.
So I was like, I kind of got I was like, no one's gonna like it, so I kind of didn't like it.
Screw it. If they don't like it, screw it. But no,
Yeah.
but I hear what you're saying though. It's like sometimes it's like you get it all put together and you do it, and then you're like, something's not right. I don't want to like show this to the world, so maybe maybe regroup and like work on it a little bit and show it at a later time.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that sounds fun. I think that sounds like a lot of fun. Do you go to like any like Comic Cons or anything like that?
No, I haven't went there. My mom doesn't. My mom gets nervous.
Okay.
My mom says like that's the easiest place to get kidnapped, and I do believe her on that. Like it is kind of easy.
Probably. I mean, there's some weirdos that show up at places like that for sure.
Yeah.
So I totally understand that, but maybe someday though. They're pretty fun actually though.
Yeah.
Well, good deal. So what?
I can't believe you're actually like answering. This is fun.
Yeah, it is fun, right? I kind of thought that this was a fun idea too. So I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna do it and see what happens. And yeah, people are calling. So
how many people have called you?
I think you're about 15.
Has anyone been like haters or something?
Well, no, not really. Not really. Like a couple people have like called up and said like 2 words and hung up.
Yeah, they probably get nervous.
Yeah.
They're probably like, oh, it actually worked.
And that's fine. Like I don't care.
Yeah.
But like
at first I typed 853 wrong and I did 35.
Okay.
And then when I put the 5 and 3 in front, I got nervous. I'm like, no way, it's ringing. It's so funny.
It's like, what do I do? It's actually ringing. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
But everyone's been really cool though, honestly. Like, so we're just talking and it's just no big deal. So yeah, it's been fun. So I think I'll do it again. Might as well.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. Well, anything else you want to add to the show?
I just want to say hi, and that's it, really.
All right. Cool enough. Well, have a good evening, and thank you for calling.
You too. Bye.
All right. See ya. All right. That was Massachusetts. Utah. You were this close. Massachusetts just beat you by like 0.2 of a second. So come on, Utah. I know you want to. You tried to call in. Phone is open, Utah. It's all you. But it's open for anybody else as well. So come on now. Let's keep this thing going. Probably going to go for another half hour or so. So get those phone calls in. We got Utah. Utah, I'm telling you, you just missed out just by half a second. I'm glad you called back.
That little kid beat me to it, but I'm glad he got his chance.
Me too. I was a little nervous like talking to him because it was like we were talking and blah blah blah, and then I'm like, hey, have you ever been to Comic Con? And he's like, yeah, my mom won't let me go, and I'm like, oh no, what am I getting myself into here?
Right.
So, but it was fun. It was very civil and polite and whatnot. So, how are you tonight?
I'm good. I'm just chilling at home. I was watching TV, and then, of course, I ended up on TikTok like the rest of us, right?
Yeah, it's the craziest thing because I'll start watching a show or I'll start watching a movie, and it'll kind of get to a point where it's like, pause it for a second, maybe get a drink of water or whatever, and then I instantly just flip on TikTok. And then it's like I never get back to the freaking movie because I'm like scrolling through that thing for like 2 hours. And it's been. I just didn't think I was going to do this, but it's been a pleasant surprise. There's a lot of people out there doing stuff,
Right? Yeah, I ran into your TikTok just today, actually.
Oh, and for real? That's
I'm
awesome.
I'm a brand new follower, but I was like, oh, this is interesting.
Thank you very much. Glad to have you here. Yeah, I literally, I think I uploaded my first one in April. It was just kind of a quarantine thing. Like, I put some stuff up on YouTube because YouTube was like the thing, you know, for a lot of years. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll put all my stuff up on YouTube, and like nobody's watching it. Nobody's watching it. Nobody's watching it. And then I like
And
watched,
then TikTok, boom.
well, I watched this video from this guy on YouTube who said, hey, if you want to get like real views and people that will like watch your stuff there and then maybe watch your stuff on YouTube, you got to just put it on TikTok. So I did. And then like within the first maybe 5 or 6 videos I put up, one got like 6.5 million views. And
Wow.
I was like, this is nuts. This is
That is nuts.
insane. Like, it freaked me out. It totally freaked me out. Because I was like, how?
Isn't it so awesome when like those views like go up? I know it's kind of crazy, but when you're like, what? Like, I mean, I haven't gotten any millions. I mean, I've got maybe like in the 50,000s or something, and that was only a few. But it's like kind of a cool feeling. Like, yeah. People are watching my video.
It's intense. And like,
Yeah.
I found that it's like when a video starts to take off like that, like you're talking, it's like I'm just checking my phone. Like, I can't put it down. I'm just like refreshing on that inbox. Who liked it? Who commented? Who's following me now? And it's one of these
It's
things
so
where it's like,
sick.
yeah, I spend like a whole day just like doing that. And I'm like, but it is. It's,
When I first started, I saw my like friend's little like 8-year-old on TikTok. I'm like, hey, show me how that works. And then
yeah.
you know, that's how it started with my friend's kids showing me some TikToks.
I think it's awesome. And I think a lot of us have like stories like that, you know,
Yeah.
just from this past year, where it's like we're all kind of isolated from each other in a lot of ways, you know. And this,
Crazy bad.
yeah, and this freaking app is like really, I felt like kind of kept everyone together, like sort of
Right.
connected through all this weirdness that's been going on this last
It is
year,
cool.
you know. So yeah, it kind
Yeah,
of
you
like,
meet people all over the world. It's so cool.
yeah, it hit like it just like the perfect timing. It couldn't have been more perfect, you know.
Yeah.
So awesome. I think it's great. So what kind of stuff do you like create content?
Yeah, so my TikToks are like fireman TikToks, single TikToks, animal dog TikToks,
Okay.
just stuff like that.
Okay.
So yeah, if anyone's listening, I'm looking for my TikTok love story. Just kidding.
Okay. Well, drop your handle in the chat, and you never know. And if you do, I'll follow you, you know, and whatever. I'll follow
Yeah.
anybody that drops their handle in the chat and calls, and or you can just tell me your handle right now. I don't care, whatever. But yeah.
I'll write it in the message
Okay.
comment.
Do it.
It's Lisa _ Herrera _ USA. But I'll put it in the comments. It'll be easier.
Okay. Now there was a little controversy earlier with people from Pennsylvania and Wisconsin and Utah all talking about how it's cold. Who's the coldest? Where's the coldest weather out of those 3 states, do you think?
I don't think it's probably not Utah. It's 30 degrees right now.
Okay.
And like in the mornings it's like 18 degrees. So I'm gonna guess it's probably colder in like Wisconsin or something. I would think, but I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. It gets. That's kind of my guess too, but it gets because that's just like, you know, close to Canada right there. So that's
Right.
It's super
But
cold.
30 degrees to me is too cold. But that's just me.
Yeah. No, I hear you. It's January. What can we do? You know.
Right. Well, thanks for taking my call. I hope
Yeah.
everyone's happy and healthy and all that good stuff.
Cheers. Appreciate it, and have a good evening. Thank you.
Yeah, you too. See ya. Drive safe.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, that was Utah. Now, I was having a nice conversation with Lisa, I think, from Utah, and someone from Nebraska called me. So come on back, Nebraska. I promise I'll answer. 402, we got to stick together here. 402, give me a call back. I'll answer right away, and there you go. What do we got in the chat here? We got phone line is open. Oh, here we go. Private number calling. Haven't had good luck with these. Let's see what we get here. I don't know what happened. I think they hung up or something. There you go. Thanks for thinking a call about. Here we go. We got Indiana. Hey, what's going on in Indiana tonight?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. How about yourself?
Not too bad, having a drink.
Okay, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking New Amsterdam vodka.
Okay, just straight on the rocks?
Oh, no, with the chaser, taking shots.
Shots of New Amsterdam. And what's the chaser of choice?
That is Cherry Pepsi.
Cherry Pepsi. Now, do you chill your New Amsterdam, or you just drink it like room temperature?
Oh, it comes out of the freezer.
You got to, right? You got.
Oh, absolutely. It's yuck.
Yeah. No, you got. So, do you mix in like a drink in between shots or a beer, or you just straight up like take a shot every 20 minutes, half an hour, and call it good?
Sometimes I'll make a beer between, but tonight it's just, every 20 minutes or so shot.
Okay, man. You'll get there.
Oh, yeah.
I love the 20-minute rotation. Like that seems to be just perfect for about, 3 hours or something. You're going to be like, I'm feeling good, So
what's going on with your TikTok? I just happened to scroll across a live feed and saw the number and thought, hell, I'll call.
Call it, man. Because it's fun. Because, why the heck not? I've had the idea for quite a while to do, an old school call-in talk radio show or, a podcast. And then I just kind of got, disillusioned by the giant number of podcasts that are out there. And it's I wanted a new angle. So I do, videos about giving people Uber rides and something. I don't know if you watch those.
I might have seen your videos, actually.
Okay.
You sometimes have the faces blurred out and whatnot?
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen you.
Okay. So I was trying to think of an angle to tie all that together, and I was like, well, what if I was in my car driving around taking phone calls, and that'll be my podcast or my talk show that's different than what everyone else is doing. So it just sort of all came together, and this is literally my first night doing it. And
perfect timing.
It's been great, man. I think I've had I've taken 16 or 17 calls. And I've had to knock up. There's people keep calling, and I've had to decline them because I'm on the line with somebody. So it's.
Are you using your personal number, or did you get a secondary for it?
I got a secondary specifically only for this purpose. I just pulled the trigger and just did it, and I was like,
"That's clever." You got my attention.
Right on, man. Yeah, there was no way. There was no way I was going to use my phone number because it's
no.
I'm gonna go home tonight when I'm done with this, and I'm just gonna turn that. A second line phone just off. You're
gonna have text messages and all kinds of crazy things.
That's what I'm saying. And then I'm thinking about doing this once or twice a week, and then I'll literally just turn that phone on only when I do this and just kind of leave it at that, But
you want a head start though, because as soon as you turn the phone back on, it's going to be blown up.
It's true. Well, and I left a voicemail on there saying if you want to leave a message for the show. I'll review those, and then if they're a cool, fun message, then I'll play them at the start of the next show. So,
that's a clever idea. I remember the comedian Tom Green. Do you know who that is?
Love Tom Green, of course.
Yeah, I had to do a Skype call with him a number of years back because he did a similar thing. Just call the Skype and he'll have a conversation with you, and it was pretty fun.
That's awesome. I mean, why not? It's it's instant sort of interaction with people, and it's fun, and it's we don't even talk on the phone anymore. I talk on the phone with my mom, you know what I mean? And I don't call anybody on the phone anymore. So it's kind of a lost art, talking on the phone.
I enjoy phone calls. Me and my brothers, we call the phone every day. We just sit and talk, and it's nice.
It is, but I feel texting and messenger and email, it's really gotten us away from phone calls because it's because a phone call is never fast. You can never have a 30-second conversation with somebody because you get on the phone with them, next thing you know, you're talking for half an hour. So everyone got used to just typing up quick little messages and
Oh, absolutely. Responding when they feel like it.
Yeah, that too. Well, I'm great at that. I get the text message and I'm like, yeah, I'll look at that one tomorrow,
But But I won't hog up all your time. I'll let someone else call in. But
Awesome,
my
man.
name's David, and it was nice talking to you.
Thank you, David. I appreciate the
And I'll
phone
jump
call.
on your live after this.
Awesome, man. Have a good night. Thank you.
All right. You too. Bye.
Bye. Okay, that's David from Indiana. I missed you again, Nebraska. You weren't quick enough. David from Indiana beat you. I'm still waiting for you, Nebraska. I saw Colorado pop up there a couple times. Phone line's open. We got a private number. Haven't had good luck with these. Hey, what's going on? Hello? I don't see anything of these private numbers. These private numbers are no good. Do your *67. I don't give a shit, but it's a private number. I don't know who you are. Like, just say hello. I understand. Like, but I guess some people just called just to see if this was like real. Colorado, you just went out. I don't know what happened. I'm gonna call you back, Colorado. Let's try that. We haven't played that game yet. Here we go, Colorado. I'm calling you. I hope you pick up.
Hey.
Hey, this is TikTok. The guy driving around. I saw you called. I hope this isn't weird that I called you back.
No,
but
no.
I saw you called a couple times. So and I was on the line with somebody else, and it just didn't work out. So, how's it going?
Oh, good. I just saw this pop up on my For You page, so I thought I'd stop in and say hi, and I had a question.
Go ahead.
What's the funniest call you've gotten, and how long have you been doing this?
Dude, this is seriously the first night that I've done this.
That's awesome.
I've had the idea for a while, and it took me a little bit to like figure out exactly like how to set it up and put it together and whatnot. And then, so I've been working on it for a while, and then I got everything like all in place how I wanted it, and I'm like, I'm doing it tonight. And so the calls have been great. I think I'm getting close to like 20 calls I've taken on the air, you know, and everyone's just been super cool, super chill, and it's been a good experience.
That's cool.
Yeah. So,
that's awesome.
So I feel like if I've been doing this for a while, you know, I'd have some great stories about this person who called and that and blah blah blah, but it's just too early in the process for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of feeling it out.
Definitely.
I feel like the show will evolve and change and become something different over time, you know, but yeah, we're just doing
Definitely. That's really cool. No, it's definitely a really cool idea.
All right, thank you. Well, I'm going to be doing this like every Thursday from like 8 to 11, and then I'm going to archive like this particular show on YouTube at All the Rides. I'll probably do that tomorrow, so if you want to look that up on YouTube tomorrow, you can hear your voice. You'll be in the show.
That's awesome. That's dope. I will for sure.
Okay, right on. Well,
yeah, well, have a good one. I just wanted to stop in and say hi.
No worries. Thanks for calling. Thank you. Take care.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Okay. So we called back, and it wasn't like super weird. So there you go. That worked out pretty good. That was kind of fun. All right, phone's open. I keep missing some people. Here we go. We got California going. We got the 415 in California. What's going on?
All right, phone's open.
Not much. How are you?
I'm doing really well tonight. Just driving around. I call this the Drive by Night show, and we're just taking calls.
Yes.
So what's
awesome?
What's on your mind?
Favorite ride of all time?
Favorite ride of all time?
Yes.
It's a great question. I feel like I have to get the exact numbers correct, but I know I'm in the ballpark when I say that I've done around 25,000 rides in my career. So it's a lot.
Okay.
Which one is my favorite one? It's a hard question, and I'm really trying to think of something, because most people just ask me, what's the worst ride that you've had? And I feel like sometimes I remember those more than... I'll tell you one that really sticks out of my mind as one of the favorite ones. There were two two girls and a guy who got into the back seat of my car, and they were all friends. And then a guy got into the front seat, and I could tell something was like wrong. Like the chemistry was off in the car. Like the three people in the back were vibing with each other, but something about the guy in the front, like it wasn't putting off a good mood or whatnot. And we started to drive away. And then he said to me, he's like, oh, hey, I left my phone in the house. Can you go back and so I can pick it up? And so I went back to the house, and he got out of the car, and I heard them in the back seat, like saying like, God, we don't even want this guy around, like blah, blah, blah. So I initiated it. I said, let's just leave him. Fuck him. If you don't want him in here, let's just go. And they're
Right?
like,
Yeah.
they're like, you
Definitely.
would really do that? I'm like, I don't know the guy. I don't give a crap. Of course I'll do that. And they're like, do it. So we just took off, and we just left the guy, and we just had like this great trip and conversation. We laughed about it. We bonded. We had a good time. And we wouldn't have done that if that guy would have been in the car, like, because he was just kind of bringing the mood down anyway, you know. So
Yeah.
getting rid of him, like, it just kind of made everything a lot of fun. So I always remember that one as a really good time.
No, definitely. Okay, awesome. Yeah, no, I watch your TikToks, and they're all amazing. So I appreciate it brings happiness to my day.
Thank you, man. Like I've got a lot of them. I've been stockpiling them for years, you know, and I always felt kind of a little weird about like putting them out there, but like once I started doing it, it's been a lot of fun. And I'll tell you, my hardest thing is deciding. So I just put one up a week. My hardest thing is deciding which one to put up every week. Like I have such a hard time figuring that out.
No, definitely. I get that.
I've just got so many of them. I'm just like, I don't even know what to do. So after a while, I'm just like, I'll just put this one out, I'll just put this one out, I'll just put this one out. And then I notice that they don't, you know, some of them don't get as many views. So then I'm like, okay, I know what people want to watch. I'll dig through all this content and I'll find something. Like the one I put up today, like last I looked, it was like at 70-some thousand views. So that one did really well today, but you know, because it's kind of, it's interesting, I guess. I don't know if you watched today's one.
No, I did not see today's one.
Okay, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I'll have to watch it.
Right on, man. Thank you so
Sure.
much. I appreciate you watching. So what do you do on TikTok? Do you create content or just watch?
I don't put anything on there. I have not yet. I don't know what to put on there, so I have not done that. But I usually just go on there and watch it. So.
Yeah, totally. And it's like, I feel like it's better. There's so much on there. There's like billions of hours of stuff. So it's like, if you don't know what you want to put up there, don't put anything up there. A lot of the problem is there's a lot of people that just put stuff up there for no reason, and they don't know, and then it's just like, we don't need it. It's just, and of course they get no views and it disappears, but it's still like kind of gummied it up. It's like, step out of the way and let these people that they have a vision and a plan, and you know, we'll just watch their stuff. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely, yeah. Definitely.
Well, that's awesome. I'm glad you found me.
Yeah.
I'm glad you called.
Yeah.
It's
well,
awesome.
thank you. Well, you have a great night and you drive safe.
I appreciate it very much. Yeah, take care.
All right, talk to you soon.
Yep, see ya.
Bye.
Okay. So, second call from California of the night, Northern California. That time, we got about 20 minutes left in the show. So, get those calls in. And, oh man, we got 22 new messages. I got to pull over real quick and see what's going on here. Phone line is open. 20 minutes left. Get those calls in. Are you going to do this again? Yeah, I'm going to do it every week. Thursdays from 8 to 11 for sure. See how it goes. I might expand it to more. Might do this every day of my life if people keep calling like this. Hey, what's going on, North Carolina? Hello? Just hung up. North Carolina. Just wanted to call just to make sure somebody was going to answer. Guess what? Somebody answered. Got your voicemail. I was too slow. Sorry. Awesome. Going to check this out again. Thank you. I'm calling you from Ireland now. Please do. Call me from Ireland. I would love that. I would love that. Please call from Ireland. We got an unknown. That might be in Ireland. Let's see what we got here. Hey, what's going on?
Can you hear me?
How's it going?
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing tonight?
I am calling you all the way from Ireland.
Yeah, this is amazing. I saw you just pop up in the chat that said you were going to call from Ireland. Welcome to the Drive By Night talk show. What's going on in Ireland right now?
No, not now. It's about 3 or 4 in the morning. I just woke up, cannot sleep. Was just scrolling through TikTok, and I said, "Wow, okay, let's call in. Let's see what the story is."
What's the harm? What's the worst thing that can happen? You know, it is just
exactly, yeah. You know what I mean? So why not?
It's like the number's there. If you didn't call the number, then you'd regret it probably for days.
So true. So true.
So what? So do you?
Well, actually, I have 2 random questions for you.
Yeah,
okay?
Go ahead.
So the first question is, obviously you're an Uber driver. I've watched a few of your TikToks.
Okay.
And I wonder, are you a very, like, do you know how you see some Uber drivers, like there'll be an extra person and they go, "No, sorry, it's 3 or 4 people." Are you very strict, or are you kind of free flowing?
I've encountered that a lot, and I have a lot of videos about that stuff too. I just haven't released them, but I will at some point. Kind of the way that I do it is, if somebody's cool, if they're nice about it, if they ask politely, they're like, "Hey, do you mind if we just squeeze another one in here? We're just going down the road." I'm like, you know what? Let's do it. But if they try and like sneak people in, or they're loud, or they're a dick about it, you know, then there's times that I've been like, no, we're not doing this. So it's kind of a case by case basis, and it's kind of just like anything in life. If you're just cool, just be cool in life. You're gonna get good results. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
So there you go. What's the other question?
Okay, so our next question is quite a basic. Do you actually enjoy, like overall, do you enjoy working for Uber?
Yeah.
Like, would you recommend the job?
No, I don't recommend it to a lot of people. It suits my personality really well, but I know that it wouldn't for a lot of other people, because they watch my videos and they say, "Oh, I couldn't do that. That would," and I'm just like, it's just pretty easy for me. Like I love the hours. I can choose my own hours. Don't have a boss. It's endlessly fascinating and interesting, but weird things happen, and things that are scary happen, and things that are very annoying happen. So you have to have a lot of patience and thick skin. You got to let things just roll off of you to be an effective Uber driver. So I only recommend it to people that, you know, are okay with like people screaming in their ears and throwing up in their car, you know. And a lot of people don't want that kind of stuff, and I totally understand.
Yeah. And now, do you carry a weapon or some kind of, I don't know, a knife or whatever in case shit went down or shit went crazy?
I have pepper spray that I specifically bought for myself, and it's just like right here on, you know, my left. Like I can get to it really easy if somebody would try to like grab me from or punch me or something. Like it's like right here at my hand. So that's kind of what I have. Like I understand, like, and there's been a couple of times where I've had some fairly serious altercations with people in my car, you know, but it's like, and I understand like self-defense and protecting myself, but boy, I really don't want to stab anybody. I just don't want to. I would rather just, you know, I feel like, you know, if I gotta punch somebody in the face, I can punch somebody in the face, you know, but like a pepper spray for me, because it's not to like render them senseless. It's to just so you can get away.
Mm-hmm.
You know, buy you
Okay, yeah,
just a couple of seconds so you can get out of the car and just get away from them. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm more like interested in.
And has the Uber ride slowed down because of COVID, or has it even gone up, or what's the story?
I haven't been doing them. I did my last one in the middle of March when COVID really ramped up and they started to shut things down in the States. I did my last one, so I haven't been doing them. I turn on the app just out of curiosity every now and then, just to see like what's out there, and there's not much out there. So drivers aren't getting a lot of rides, and people aren't requesting a lot of rides. So it seems like it's slowed down a lot, and that was part of the reason why I quit doing it. And also, like, it's such a close proximity with people in the car that if anybody has COVID, it just gets trapped. There's nowhere for it to go, so you're gonna get it, and I did get sick, actually.
Not worth it, yeah.
Yeah, no, I did get sick from it in March anyway, so it was like, and I don't know if it was from somebody in my car or, out somewhere. I just, we have no idea, but I'm guessing I got it sometime in early March, and then it kind of knocked me down like the third week in March.
Wow. And do you think you'll ever go back to doing the old Uber driving, or do you think it's going to be done for a few more months?
I don't know. I don't know yet. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm delivering a lot of food right now. I'm just doing like Uber Eats and DoorDash and stuff like that. And I'm like, I like doing that right now. I'm just gonna have to see what it goes. See how the vaccine goes. See how it all rolls out. See like what kind of a world we have after.
Crazy.
Yeah, because it's so unknown. Like, it's unknown. Like, what is the world going to be? Is it going to go back to the way it was, or is it going to be something completely different, or are we going to evolve into something else? It's just like, we just don't know. So for the time being, I'm cool with not driving. I'm not opposed to doing it in the future, but it's been a nice break, to be honest with you, because I did it like 6 years solid. So it's been a nice break, and I did it full time. Like, I was doing it 40, 50 hours a week. So I've enjoyed the peace and quiet, not having people in my car.
Don't blame you. Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah, my car stays a lot more clean. I would have to clean my car like 4 or 5 times a week, just vacuum it out, scrub it down, wash it, everything. It's so nice not to have to do that so much anymore.
Wow. There you go. Jesus.
Well, cheers, mate. I really appreciate you calling me from Ireland, man. That's just awesome. You're my first.
What can I say?
Yeah.
You're international. You know what I mean?
You're my first.
International.
You're my first international call. So that's.
Well, there you go.
That's awesome, man. So I really.
Happy days.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. What was your name?
Mihal.
Okay. My name's Mark. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Yeah, this is a great idea you had.
Thank you.
Do this more often.
I'm going to. Like I said, trying it out tonight, and the results have been incredible. They've blown all my expectations out of the water. I didn't know if anybody was going to call, and I got people calling from all over the place. So I'm definitely going to do it more often.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? It's fun. Nothing
exactly.
Nothing else going on.
Life, you know what I mean? Why not live it?
I agree. Oh, I got somebody from Canada calling. Thank you so much. I'm gonna pick up their call. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.
It was great talking to you. Have a great night.
See ya. Hey, what's going on?
Hi.
How you doing? Calling from Canada.
I am.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just listening live.
Oh, that was so great. Thank you so much for calling. I just got off the phone with a guy from Ireland. So this has just been crazy. I didn't know if anybody was going to call. And, I live, and now I'm getting people calling from like out of my own country. So this is just super cool. What's going on with you tonight?
I just finished doing my dishes, so I'm pretty bored.
Okay. Dishes are done. And you're like, all right, let's sit on the couch, open up the TikTok, see what's going on, and you're like, hey, I'll just call this phone number and see what happens.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Why don't you tell me about the devil's threesome?
Did you watch that video today?
Yeah, I just watched it,
Okay.
but I was trying to watch her live at the same time.
Okay. Yeah, no, that was a super fun ride. I've got the whole ride. That whole ride is like 10 minutes long, and I'll put the whole thing up on YouTube pretty soon. But there's just all sorts of great content in that ride. So I just tried to pull out, 30 seconds worth that can like kind of tell the story and make it fun and fast. But I don't know, we did that for like a long time on that ride. Just kept talking about, and those guys, they were so nervous by the time that we pulled up to the house that they were just like kind of laughing uncontrollably because I felt like they didn't really believe that they were actually going to go through with it,
Oh no, were they fucked up or something?
Oh yeah, they were totally fucked up. And like he said that he just met this girl like 2 weeks ago and then got her number, and then him and his buddy were at the bar and they were just texting back and forth, and I can't remember who he said brought it up, but somebody just brought it up, and next thing I know they were getting an Uber and they were just going to see what it was all about, but it was just one of those random rides that just pop up where you're like, how is this real?
That's crazy. I wish that was me.
Well, or do you wish you were driving Uber, or?
Yeah, I want to meet people like that.
Start driving Uber. It's always stuff like that, If you work like the bar hours, just work like 10 o'clock at night till 3, 4 in the morning. It's just like one ride after another like that. They just don't end. People are crazy.
All right. Well, it was nice talking to you.
You as well. Have a great evening.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay. We got... Well, I tell you guys, this is just going great here tonight. Keep missing some private numbers, but those seem to stink anyway. I'm headed on my way home-ish. So I got about 10 minutes here and kind of wrap the show up. So if you got anything on your mind, anything you want to promote, anything you just got to say, another private number. Let's see what we got here. What's going on?
Hey, what's up?
Not much. How are you tonight?
Oh, I'm just chilling at work, bored.
Okay. Well, you don't have to tell me like where you work, but like what kind of general job do you do?
I work, so it'll give it away. I work for a rental company. We rent out moving trucks, and if you want to pick up a truck after hours, we're the ones that sit behind the computer and verify.
Gotcha. So you work like the late shift, and...
Oh yeah, I work 5 to 2 normally.
Okay. So what? So you probably get some action from 5 till 8 or 9, and then after that, there's probably not much going on.
That's when all of our fraud comes out. The fake licenses, everyone that's high, everyone that's drunk, those ones.
Well, that's what happens everywhere. Once it gets past 10 o'clock at night, there's not like sober. There's no sober people out moving around. All the sober people are like in their house. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, in their house. Yeah.
So that's cool. So yeah, so it gives you some time to. I like jobs like that. I've had a lot of jobs like that where. And some people are like, oh, that would be so boring. I could never do it. I could never just sit there. I'm like, yeah, but you're getting paid to sit there and do nothing. Like, what's wrong with that?
Work from home, sit there, do nothing.
Yeah, exactly. So
if you want a job, we're hiring.
Well, okay. Can I work from home?
Yeah, work from home.
That's crazy. Working from home is an interesting thing. I've done it before. I did it like pre-pandemic for an insurance company, and I really liked it. But it was still just kind of like there were weeks where I would have to ask myself, like, did I even leave the house this week? Like I would sometimes just forget to leave the house. It was really kind of weird.
Me too. Yeah. Honestly, I'll go a week without leaving my house. I was quarantined for COVID for 2 weeks, and it didn't feel any different than normal.
You didn't have like any symptoms or anything? Like you just...
No, it was exposure. I ended up not having it, but I was stuck home for 2 weeks, but it just didn't feel different because I'm always at home.
Because you're always at home. So you're like, well, this is just, I might as well be at work, right?
Oh, I was working.
Okay,
I
you were
worked
working.
80 hours this week.
Okay, I got you. But yeah, it was like, this is no different from, you're like, I'm in quarantine all the time anyway. Like, what's the difference?
Yeah, I work from home so I don't have to deal with people.
I understand that. Believe me.
Yeah.
I understand that. Well, good deal. What do you do on TikTok? Do you create content or just watch?
I just watch. I want to start creating content because I do have some pretty interesting stories from this call center I work at, and then I do a bunch of independent contractor work too. I'm an Uber and Eats driver.
Okay.
I do Instacart and stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, might make content about that.
Check out my YouTube channel at All the Rides. Same as I do Uber Eats and DoorDash deliveries on there. Like I rate people's orders, and I like make fun of what they eat, or I celebrate what they eat.
Oh yeah.
You know, and I have a lot of fun doing it, and it like seriously, it makes the day go by so much faster. So just get yourself like a dash cam, and just like record yourself, just like picking up food, because you still encounter people. Like weird things happen. Like, you know, people will come like walk up to your car and say stuff to you. You know what I mean? Like I always just have
one person was freaking out because they saw me taking a photo because there was a contact with Uber Eats, and I took a photo. And this guy walked up to my car asking me what I was doing, taking photos.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it's like I always just have a camera going, because it's just like shit like that, you know. And it's like, it's great to capture it too, because it's just like, what do you like? Why? When did people get suspicious of people taking photos? Like, why is that like a criminal thing? You know what I mean? But I've had that too. I've had people are like, what are you taking pictures of? It's like, I'm taking pictures of this food that I dropped off. You know, what business is it of yours?
You just gotta I just tell them to fuck off and then drive away.
No, that's the best thing to do, but it's still fun to just capture it on camera, you know, because it's just like I never do shit like that in my life ever. Like, I just leave people be. If they're not, you know, if they're not like hurting people, I leave people alone, you know.
So yeah, and then that leads into another question I have for you.
Yeah.
I don't know how making money wise with DoorDash and Uber Eats. Are you finding yourself making more money than just giving rides?
Yeah. Yeah, the tips are way better. It's crazy. Yeah. Like, because a lot of times I'd drive, and I would do like a lot of the late night driving. Mm-hmm. So people are drunk, and people are with like a bunch of friends, so they just kind of dip in and out of the car, and then they just don't tip. And maybe they meant to, but they just forget, or they're wasted, they pass out, and then they wake up the next day, and they're like, well, fuck it, I didn't tip last night. Well, why am I'm never gonna see that guy again. So they just don't tip. But like with the food, you know, they've got it like built in at the beginning, where they like encourage you, like say, add a tip before the delivery, and then I get to see the price of the delivery before I go do it to see if people tipped or not, you know. So it's like, and I don't know when I go pick up a person, I don't know if they're going to tip or not, because they don't, you know, that tip gets added on after the ride, whereas deliveries get added on before. So yeah, I found myself making more money doing it, but people have been really generous during COVID as well. I feel like, you know, people are tipping pretty well.
So whenever you do rides, I'm not old enough to do rides. They won't let me.
Okay.
So I can only do deliveries. So whenever you do rides, how much of a factor is a customer's star rating to you?
None at all.
None at all? So if someone has a 3, are you going to pick them up?
Yeah. Yeah, because what I found out is oftentimes 5-star rated people are assholes, I mean, anyone can be. And almost exclusively every 3-star person I've picked up was super cool. And, you know, so it's all subjective. Because it's like, sometimes people rub me the wrong way. Just because they rub me the wrong way doesn't mean they're going to rub somebody else the wrong way. And I know I've given people some low ratings for whatever reason and vice versa. But, you know, it doesn't mean that it's going to be the same experience for, like, the next driver. So I've found myself with, like, low-rated people, I've always had really good experiences. And then I've had the worst experiences I've ever had have been with, like, 5-star rated people.
Gotcha.
So, I don't know. It's just a crapshoot, though. You never know what you're going to get, honestly. So, as long as, like, the price is right and it's going to where, like, areas that I want to go, you know, I just always take them no matter what.
Mm-hmm. And where are you from? Where do you drive?
Nebraska. Lincoln, Omaha.
Gotcha. So, do you find yourself wasting time, whenever you do drive, are you one of those drivers that'll go to the airport and sit in the airport lot, or do you avoid that?
No, I just sit at home. Just sit at home and turn the Wi-Fi on, and then just do things at home. Watch TV, do the dishes, edit a video on my computer, you know, and just wait for a ride. Like, I don't care, like, because I do it full time, so I don't have, like, this urgent 3-hour shift where I have to make a bunch of money. Like, there's times that I'll turn the app on at 11 in the morning and leave it on till 2 in the morning. And I'm like, and if I just, you know, I'll make the amount of money that I need to make, because I've got, like, all day to do it.
Definitely, yeah.
So I just sit at home. Why not?
Why not? Might as well.
All right.
Yep.
Well,
so what other point? Go ahead.
No. Please continue.
Yeah. So, I find that, you know, I'll go out, I'll talk to other drivers doing deliveries. They admit that they take those $3, $4, $5, $6 DoorDash orders. Do you set yourself hard rules for, I won't take any less than, say, $2 a mile, or less than $5 a mile, something like that? Set those rules for yourself?
Oh yeah, you have to with DoorDash, because they'll kill you if you start taking $3 orders, and then you end up in, let's say, Red Lobster, and it takes 45 minutes for them to get the food out to you, and you're making $3. It's like, so I feel like you can't. You're setting yourself up to fail if you take those $3 orders. So the lowest I'll take is a 5, but it's got to be like a mile or a mile and a half for a 5, and then like a 6 will be like, you know, 2.5 to 3 miles, and then a 7 I start to give like a little more leeway to. If it's really busy, I may or may not do it if it's like 9 miles, but if it's slow and it's $7, then I'll probably do it. 7's kind of like my, if I see a 7 pop up, 80% of the time I'll do it.
Gotcha. Have you ever considered Instacart?
Well, I'll tell you, I considered it. Then through DoorDash, like, I've had the opportunity to go into like Walgreens and CVS and a certain number of grocery stores to like shop for people, like through the DoorDash app. And I found it really frustrating, because it's like if they're out of stock of something, or if the thing that they want isn't there, or if I'm confused, because they'll have like 6 different flavors of the same kind of ice cream, and I'm like, well, so that kind of stuff, like, I tried it, and I'm like, this isn't for me. I like just going someplace, having everything prepackaged, and I just pick it up and just run out the door, you know. What do you like it? Like, what are your experiences with it?
Yeah, I love it. I can do 20 hours and make $300-400 in a week. It's just, you got to be picky, and then the thing about it is it shows you a picture, and Kroger brand stores, so like anything under the Kroger umbrella, it tells you, no matter what store, it tells you what aisle, but Kroger tells you the exact shelf it's on, so shelf 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from the bottom.
Now that's helpful.
They make they make it easy to find stuff. If you scan the barcode and it's wrong, it'll tell you what's wrong about it. And then replacements, customers will tell you what they want replaced in this app anyway.
Yeah.
So I find that really easy. And as long as you know the grocery store pretty well, you can make, I got an $80 order and I did it in an hour the other day. And that's a lot more than I can make on any other app.
All right. No, that's cool. And I appreciate you explaining it to me that way. That's better than what I've seen through DoorDash, where it's just like they say like, here, go get this hot chocolate mix, and you don't know what aisle it's in, you don't know what shelf it's on, and you're just kind of like running around that store, like not knowing where to go, and it's just frustrating. But that sounds like a better system to me.
Yeah. So I really recommend it. I'd say, at least give it a shot, because right now tips are really high with the COVID.
Yeah.
I'd say give it a shot for a week, and I bet you'd be surprised at how much money you can make.
Okay. All right, man. Thank you. I'll always take any tips or advice about anything. So, all right.
Yeah.
For sure. I'm gonna wrap up the show. Thank you so much for calling. I'm gonna do this like every week on Thursdays. So if you wanna call in again, we can talk about this kind of stuff too. There's people watching, so they must be somewhat interested in it at least. So.
Yeah, let's collab sometime. I feel like we can make some great content.
All right, man. Cheers. Drop like your handle in the chat or something.
Yeah, I'll drop my handle in the chat there, and we can see what we can come up with. It was nice talking with you.
You as well. Take care. Good night. Okay. I think that's going to do it. I'm pulling into home. Thank you, everyone. I had no idea what was going to happen tonight doing this, and I just had a lot of fun. And it was really interesting talking with everyone, and see, people keep calling. They keep calling, but I got to shut it off at one point. Otherwise, I'm going to end up doing this till freaking 2 in the morning. And, we've been doing this for 3 hours already. So I think 3 hours is a good time. Next Thursday, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. Central. Going to try this again and come back, call in, checking out all the rides, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, whatever, man. Thank you, everyone, so much. I had a lot of fun. There's a ton of messages in here. I'll try and get to all that stuff, and I'll follow back everybody who called or chatted. And good night.